Yes, I would really like to do a record. Oh, there you go. There you go.
I got the power!
Yeah, that reminds me of the Mario Brothers.
Yeah. Oh.
Let's turn this into a karaoke
Hey, Goon, did
night,
you
fellas.
hear me? Oh, would you be able to do a recording, Goonie? Or no?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Goon's got the
Wanna-
power!
Record that
Goon's got
motherfucker,
the
man.
power.
So it looks like
so
there was
got the
only
power.
looks like there's only 11 of us that did the one of everything.
Oh.
What'd you say?
Looks like there was
hanging
only 11 of us that did one of everything.
What are you
Is
talking
that
about?
the $80 package?
No, that
No,
was
it's
the
like the
$350 package.
$350
For
package.
coasters? Are you serious?
First of all, there is quite a bit.
First of all,
Yeah.
there it is. First of
you know,
all.
that's very reasonable.
It was 28 coasters.
And each coast is like $12.50 usually.
Yeah. And the other hand,
Alright, fair enough.
hand designed and they're
They're hand carved out of wood.
No, they're not hand carved.
No, they're not
Even
hand carved.
shows
They're
the
machine
CNC
carved.
machine.
They're machine carved. They're whittled out of wood. He sits on the beach on a log and whittles each one.
The creator licked
Bow,
each
bow,
one
bow, bow,
individually.
bow, bow, bow.
No, but they are very nice and like it's nice wood. It's not like bullshit wood. It looks like.
I like how you get the choice. Like, he had, what, cherry,
I like how you're
oak,
trying
and
to
something
describe
else.
the quality of wood.
For that price, I wouldn't even want to use them.
That's the thing. Do they get fucked up? Like, are
It's
they
not dirty
sealed
wood,
really
it's
good?
clean wood.
Well, the question is,
use
are
them,
they
Cricket?
sealed?
they seem sealed really well. I haven't had any issues with them.
Do you use them?
I haven't used them recently, but we were
Oh,
using
so that's
them
no.
every
You don't
week.
use them, everybody. You don't use them.
You guys are so crazy.
We were using them every week.
Exactly.
So
Well, on the
Scarlett's
flip
saying that
side-
clean wood is good.
yeah, well, because I said, you guys were like, what kind of wood is it? I got high quality wood. It's not that cheap wood.
It's
not
that
like
brown wood.
chipboard.
Well, the best part is, if you use cherry wood, the color it changes when it gets wet anyway is actually not
The
that
color
bad.
changes when it gets wet anyway. Okay, we're gonna start the show.
Hey,
I'm just make the title of the show, the color changes when it gets wet.
Hey, I had the most expensive wood out there.
Oh my god. Who's introing?
I'll do it.
Alright, here we go.
I'm wearing my birthday suit, and I got a luscious blonde wig on.
Oh shit, I'm eating freaking narco berries now. I am not doing myself any favor.
Might have bit off more than I can chew here.
There's a bad one in this bunch. You guys want me to teach you about mushrooms?
I am so close to death.
I've
got a broken leg.
The only way that you survive is by being smarter than some of the other people.
What the heck? It's digging holes in the ground? It's digging holes in the ground.
Fresh spawns, veteran tamers, and all survivors in between. We'd like to welcome you to Rated Ark, the Ark Survival Evolved podcast.
By the way, this is explicit.
Welcome, survivors new and old, to episode 8, season 2 of Rated Ark, the Ark Survival Evolved
Good
podcast.
catch.
Today is April 20th, 2018. We are a CRR Gaming Group hosted podcast, so that means the voices can change each week, but the roundtable discussion will always be about Ark. We have many ways you could contact us to share feedback, tips, or adventures. You can reach the show by email, ratedark@gmail.com. You could tweet the show at Rated Ark on Twitter. You could grab the RSS feed, get our show notes at www.ratedark.com, and apply to join us in game at www.crossrealmrebellion.com. And tonight we have with us the one and only Cricket.
Hello, everybody.
We have Esmeralda Sky.
Hey there, how's it going, everyone?
We have me, Full Render. And we have Goon with us tonight as well. Big Blue,
Howdy, howdy.
Magoo, and we have Doctor with us, joining us
Hello.
from the Xbox community. And listening in with us tonight is Malorium and Scarlet Fury.
Hey, man,
So
Scarlet.
nobody's going to be able to get to our websites because you only gave them 2 W's in the URLs.
Well,
Oh,
guess
just
what?
WW.
That's too bad. If they can't figure that out, then I don't know what to tell
We
you.
said
I don't want you in our group.
Rated Ark, so they're going to not know where to go.
If you can't figure out, if you even put www in the bar, like if you type that out, I don't want you in this group.
So
You're so crazy.
just a quick question: does everybody know about the if you just would type rated arc and then you'd hit Control Enter, that it automatically populates the www and the .com.
Yeah.
Well, if we didn't, now we do.
Because I know
don't
I know there's a
now
lot of
you
people
know.
that didn't know that.
The more
And I
you
think-
know.
And I think it's like
The more you know.
Shift Control Enter will put like a .net or something like that on there.
I usually just type in whatever it is .com and it works.
What a nerd.
But see, but that's 4 extra characters.
That's true. It is.
You know what I do?
Actually, no, it's not because it's
right
2 extra
there.
characters because you still gotta press Shift and whatever the other button was.
I hit this button right here. Loot drop!
Shout, let it all out. These are the shoutouts we can't live without. Oh yeah, come on, yeah. Radar's talking to you, you're talking to us. Yeah, time for shoutouts.
All right. This is the time we give some shout outs or we share shout outs and all that jazz. I wanted to give a big welcome to the newest CRR members that have made their way to the jungles of the CRR Rebellion Gaming Group Discord. I want to say, hey, welcome Dread Pirate Woo. Welcome Crickets RL Bro Sarama. And a big welcome to Air Dubai and Kelvinov and Boreal Syzygy. So thank you everyone for jumping through the hoops and making your way to hang out with us. That's awesome. And
Don't be afraid to jump into Discord chat and say hi. We don't bite,
no.
I swear.
You know what I did? I don't know if any of you saw that. You know the RP one that we're in, the RP Discord that we had to go and get interviewed and all that stuff?
Yeah,
They
that
had,
was
like the
hilarious.
voiceless channel, and it took me a while, like, why do they have a voiceless channel? Urgh. And then it dawned on me, because not everybody has a mic
Oh, yeah.
or can talk. So I have made our own.
So what do they do?
voiceless channel.
They just go in there and that's it.
No,
Well, they
what
go
it
in and
is-
respond to each other in game.
Yeah, it's like
Yes.
if someone's sitting in your Discord, but they don't have a mic and they don't want to keep replying to what your conversation is in general or in bogging up another channel.
Oh, I got you. Yeah,
they
the voiceless
do it.
channel. Yeah.
the voiceless channel.
I
So
get
I
it.
made one for
That's
the
cool.
voiceless Game Lounge channel.
You
So
are
if
such a
don't-
biter.
I know, right? Come on. This
I
is
like to
work.
go in there and read some of the chats because they make absolutely no sense.
No
and
sense
sometimes it's
because
kind of
you
funny.
know- right, it's funny. So we do have that now. So if you're worried about not, joining our Discord channel because you don't have a mic or you can't talk, I know how that is. I know how it is to share a room. Your computer's in a room with someone who's like sleeping or you got a bunch of crazy noise going behind you, that you could still hop in and chat and still talk, and you don't have to be in the voice chat. So, but thank you everybody who did make it to Discord. And I want to give a big shout out to CRR Rebellion for every day in our Discord making me thankful that we have this gaming group to turn to, because everybody is just badass. We really are. We push that quality over quantity. We might not have big old we support streamers, little streamers, big streamers, and we're not like this big huge hype train on social media, but we got quality over quality over quantity over here, and it's definitely showing every day. You hop in and you definitely feel like we're a little family. So that's a blessing, and I'm happy for that. So
I like streamers.
yeah, I like streamers. I like streamers too, but I know a lot of gaming groups on Twitter, because I've been on Twitter for 6 years now, and all I see is join blah 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 gaming, and then it's just the whole stream is just like a constant retweet circle jerk on content creators. There's like no meat. There's no substance.
It's true. It's very true. It's all just bullshit.
It's all bullshit, and
So
we aren't that. You know what I mean? We're the opposite.
So I actually
You
prefer tinsel over streamers.
What's that?
Yeah.
I prefer tinsel over streamers.
Tinsel? What is that?
Tinsel, you don't know what tinsel is? Like Christmas tinsel?
Get it, streamers.
Oh, you're such a
tinsel.
weirdo.
That's really what I was going for, so I mean.
Weird.
But it cost you to rant, so it worked out.
I don't know what you're talking about. So anyway,
It's like I'm gonna derail a train right now.
no, do you guys have any shout outs you want to give before we move on to Fresh from the Forge?
No.
Well, losers.
I don't
Anyways.
shout out.
No shout outs. Anyways, here we go.
I want to
Fresh
give
from
a
the Forge.
shout out to that guy who popped in for a second and then left.
Is that Trey?
don't
No,
know who it is.
we kind of lost Doc. He timed out.
Oh, Doc left. Oh, he timed out. That sucks. I was gonna say Trey hopped in on accident on Discord, and we're like, you don't gotta worry about loudness in the background.
I told him we don't bite.
Yeah, we all have that. Don't worry. All right. Well, we will wait for Doc. Well, we won't wait for Doc to come back because he'll just come back if he can. We'll move on to 2 and 4. Fresh from the forge. Here we go.
Fresh from the
All right, got some tweets from the tweeter at Ark Survive or Ark Survive the Ark. Apparently, I can't talk. Ark Evolution event is now active through and until 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 23rd of April with 2 times taming, harvesting, and XP. And did you notice that there is not breeding? Everybody's like, what? There's no breeding? It's taming, harvesting, and XP on all platforms. And Ark at Survive the Ark said also, if you could only tame one carnivore in the game to help you survive on Ark, which would you choose? And they gave a choice. Did you guys see that tweet? They wanted to know what
were the choices.
It was Raptor, Spino, Rex, or Giga. So what would you choose out of those 4 carnivores?
Giga.
The Giga.
Yeah,
because that's not only helping you about survive against in-game stuff. That's helping you survive against players too.
I picked Giga too. They did a little social media poll. I picked Giga as well.
I went with the Spino.
You would do the Spino?
Well, I'm gonna play with the new updated Spino that has after the TLC update. But I understand it's pretty badass.
No, I can't remember. Do they attack in water now?
They always?
I don't recall.
Oh, you mean like if you took the Spino underwater?
Yeah.
I know the frogs can attack underwater now.
I mean, maybe they could before, but
the frogs can.
Oh, they can.
Could not before.
So what did you pick? You wanted the Spino cricket too, or no?
I'll be different. I'll go with the Rex.
Oh, there you go. So Cricket says Rex. I said Giga. Fo said Giga. Goon said Spino. Blue said Giga. So what about Malorium or Scarlet? Which one out of a Raptor, Spino, Rex, or Giga would you guys pick? Because we have the poll results. Goon was the one that was with the majority on social media. 34% of those polled, and there was 13,606 votes on this poll.
Suck it, you guys.
What's that?
Suck it, you guys.
I know, right? You were with the 34% that won Spino, Water, and Land Boss. And Malorium said, before the update, the Raptor, now the Spino. So Malorium is also in that group. So, and then the Rex came in with 25%, well, right below. So we weren't that far off with the Giga. It was 34% Spino, 29% Giga, and then 25% Rex, and then 12% Raptor. So it was nice to see them because the Ark Survive the Ark actual Twitter has been kind of stagnant. They had not been doing a lot of tweets, and it kind of really dulled down, especially when Pixark released. It was just kind of like, meh. They just kind of was dead in the water. So it was good to see them getting back out there and doing some social media interaction because a lot of their community managers do it, but the actual game one had it kind of dropped the ball, in my opinion. So also, we are going to be covering the latest and newest community crunch. And there is a lot of news coming with that. But let's see. Does anybody see if Doc said anything in Discord?
Not
to see
yet.
if he was coming back?
Yeah, nothing's posted yet.
Okay, because I'm kind of looking and looking and looking.
I don't know for certain where he would even post it since we
probably
have
an
channels
Xbox
and servers
maybe
and
or
stuff.
something or general.
Yeah, no, he hasn't posted anything yet.
All right, so I'm sure he'll come on when he can. All right, so we will just move on and cross our fingers and hope that Mr. Doc can make it back with us. All right, we're going to start off with the Community Crunch 127, new code of conduct and incident reports. And Mr. Blue is going to get us started with the code of conduct.
All right, the code of conduct is subject to change without notification through Studio Wildcard. Will do its best to ensure that changes are communicated clearly to those on the official network. Failure to abide by our code of conduct can result in the removal of your structures, creatures, items, or banning of your account from official network and all BattleEye protected servers. Studio Wildcard reserves the right to immediately suspend player accounts as it deems fit. Action taken is at sole and absolute discretion of Studio Wildcard and its employees. This list is not exhaustive. but represents clear guidelines for players to adhere to when playing on our official network. For something you're unsure of, please use your best judgment. When in doubt, reach out to us at arkenforcement@studiowildcard.com. Ensure you're acting with some semblance of decency when conducting yourself on our official networks.
Oh, right. So, Mr. Full Render, does anybody have anything to say about that?
Behave yourself. Stop being total douchebags.
Go outside.
Like, Jesus. Like, they actually had to make, like... For a company to have to put this out, that means there's just people out there just being total douchebags that they had to do this.
Don't act like you do on Twitter.
Exactly.
No, because, you got people out there, they're probably doing things like being really racist on there and freaking women hating and shit, and that's why they got to do stuff like this.
Yep.
Stupid people out there.
A lot of stupid people. That's why just dealing, like being a community manager for a game, any game on social media, you really just, you either become like an addict or like an
even when I had that first public server that was in Germany for some reason, that had like 40 or 50 people on it, like even that small community was like out of control.
Yeah, you have to have a thick skin, I think, to do any sort of community management or dealing with the public, especially in the game sphere or whatever, because you just got some people that there's so many reasons why people are douches online. So many different reasons that there's probably just so many that we don't even know yet that spark somebody to go, you know what, I'm going to do this. And it's just weird. Yeah, I just don't know anymore. But Fo, I do know it's time for you to cover hacking and exploiting.
Yes, it is. Well, hacking and exploiting. Hacking or exploiting game mechanics to gain an unfair advantage over other players is not tolerated. Hacking. Examples are not limited, but can include using third-party programs such as ESP, aimbots, and game engine modifications. Exploiting examples.
Are you there?
I'm sorry, my son just came
Okay.
One of those jobs.
Yes, one of those.
So, exploiting examples are not limited, but can include attacking and living in unintended game zones under the mesh or above the map, the duplication of tames, items, and characters, the unintended building mechanics such as floating structures using the world barrier as a snap point. I didn't even know you could do that.
I know.
That's pretty cool.
That sounds cool.
Building a box around your Quetzal. Come on. That's not exploiting. Like, get over that already. Like, that's just being smart.
That's just being creative.
No, but I do see their point. If you want to make it where they shouldn't be building a box, 'cause it does make sense because they build a box and like you look at these things, you're like, how is this Quetzal going to flap its wings? It's ridiculous. There's like metal walls covering its wings.
They want to make sure that you can still kill that Quetz if it attacks you.
Yeah,
so
because building a box around Quetzal to completely prevent it from
don't let you be able to build downwards. Like, just get in your game, do your homework, and put in measured so people just can't do it. Like, I don't know. I think if you could build it, let it, I don't think that should be their fault as a player.
Thank you. I agree, because it's like, if you don't want it to happen, then program it for it not to happen. Like,
I had a Quetzal
to make it not work. And please don't screw over PvE.
And I know it's not that simple.
Boxes, make it only PvP. Like, stop broad brushing everything. That sucks.
Yeah,
there's no reason why PvE players can't put a freaking box around their shit. We understand if it's PvP, and then don't leave it up to the players, because if there's a way, it'll be done. So stop making the way available.
Even then, it's not the end of the world. I did so much PvP back when it was worse, when you had turrets on Quetzals and everything else. So I just don't see it like being such a big deal. But I guess if they want to cover it, that's fine.
Pushing the blame, like pushing the responsibility onto the player base in this regard, as opposed to just coding it or designing the gameplay so that if it's in PvP or whatever, that you shouldn't be able to do that. Like you guys said.
Well, if you read on,
should not be like, go ahead, build a box, but then you can't fly.
Exactly. Like, but if you read on, it doesn't matter if you block the rider in the box. They just want the dino to be killable.
Yeah, and do you imagine how much extra coding and mechanics they'd have to put in if they're going to have collision with the wings?
Not my problem. That's their job. Don't make a game then if you don't want to go the extra mile.
I had a Quetzal last year. I had it in a box. I don't know if you guys remember that.
I do.
Was it around the body or
It was
over the top?
It was the whole thing. It was dumb. It was like a giant lunchbox.
Yeah, but I took it everywhere. We had.
It was funny. It was funny. It was so funny.
But it was perfect. And, because, I could see in a PvE style, you make it that way. We make, little bases and stuff and little houses on your Quets, and you would land, and that, while you're off doing something or getting a drop, something isn't back there gnawing on your Quets, and your Quets takes off. It was nice to have that. And I think everybody, I could speak for every gamer, we're just tired of game developers being lazy and just putting the PvE and the PvP in the same boat.
You know what's going to happen? You're going to get people, there's a lot of people that just play the game. They're not into it. They don't listen to podcasts. They don't go reading up on the internet. They just play the game. So all those people, someone's going to be like, wow, this is a great idea. I can't believe you can do this. And then all of a sudden they sign on and they're banned.
Yes.
And if it's something like that, I guess there's probably warnings and stuff involved. They probably won't be just banned outright, but I don't know. I'm happy to see this rule. So don't get me wrong. I'm happy to see the rule because I never liked it. I never thought you should be able to box up your Quetzal because I thought that was a little silly.
For PvP, I don't think it's a problem for PvE.
But you don't really need to do it for PvE either.
So for PvE,
you don't need to do half the shit we do on PvE, but it's the freedom to be able to do it.
Right.
I don't need to make a pirate raft, but I want to. You know what I mean? There's PvE.
But if you did it in PvE, I doubt they would even bother you because
but that's not
nobody
the point,
would complain
though.
About it.
There's no reason. Why does anybody on PvE give two shits on whether or not somebody boxes in a Quet? Nobody. But PvP, lots of people. Well, but there is a line there. There's a line.
So this is the thing. The code of conduct. It's only going to be enforced as people complain about it, and then they'll go and
exactly right.
And they'll say,
why add the headache?
And then they'll go and ban bullshit? People because they'll say we made these rules, you are breaking them. But if you don't get reported because you're not going to get reported on PvE, it's not going to be an issue. You can do this stuff, and unless you have some jerk off that says, "Oh, this person is getting better than me in PvE,"
they will.
And report you, but it's not going to happen much.
And even if they report you, it's not going to be an automatic ban. They will contact
why even
you.
waste anybody's time making this even a gray area? Just fucking get rid of the gray area. Make it black or white.
If they do that, then they're not going to reprogram. They're not going to reprogram everything.
Right now, you can't do it.
They're not going to reprogram everything. They're just going to take the platform saddle away from Quetzals.
They are reprogramming stuff. Why not put that in? TLC Dino blah blah blah.
Because it's like a collision thing. If you do that with the wings and stuff, then all the tails would be way more annoying than they are even now.
Yeah, but we're talking about wings though.
I think it's
kind of
not separated.
Has a swinging tail?
I know, but I think it's all just one thing.
Yeah, because they'd either have to have the hitbox super big, the entire size of as it flaps its wings, which then you're going to have issues where you're shooting at nothing and it's counting as a hit, or you're going to have a dynamically moving hitbox. That's following the wings. That's going to take up so much extra processing. That's going to be a pain, and people are not going to want Quetzals at all.
What about just having?
Why don't we just take the platforms off from Quetzals then? Oh my God! Why don't we just do that then?
No, but that's fun though.
But that takes away from my Yankee gathering.
I'm sorry.
Listen, if I can't have a platform on a Quetz, I don't want a Quetz. I'll be honest with you. I don't even want a Quetz. If I can't have a platform on one, I don't even want one.
Agreed.
Hence the jackass voice tone that I switched to. God,
can't they just make specific the Quetzal? Just on the Quetzal, you can't build down on a Quetzal platform.
I'm sure it's not that easy. I'm sure there's a whole bunch of physics stuff.
How are you going to have? I don't see reasonably program-wise how you're going to do that unless you can say that you can't. If you can build a wall, you can build down. It's as simple as that.
You could always put on there if it's on a platform or whatever, then it wouldn't allow you to build a certain way. But it might be extra coding and it might wreck the coating. So
I just don't see what the box quets. It's like the bases are built out of the same stuff that you're boxing the quets in. And if you can bust through the bases with your PvP stuff, then you should be able to just bust through the quets thing. Like it's not like boxing your quets in makes them invincible. It doesn't. It doesn't.
Well, the problem is they're running into.
Will get you.
Well, the problem they're running into is. Sorry, go ahead, Doc.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, a good rocket launcher will take that down, because you can't build automatic turrets now, so they ain't going to shoot down the rockets.
Right.
Like, I haven't played since the turret thing got implemented, but I know before, like, with turrets going off and Plant Species X going off, it legged it out so hard that it was hard to shoot those.
Well, you guys have to understand.
Well, and how many rockets does it take to even blow up one metal wall?
2?
A metal wall?
I think so, like 2.
No, it's like 6 or 7.
And so you'd have
Doc
to
said it's 6 or 7.
You'd have to hit the same wall 6 or 7 times.
Here's the thing, but also,
target.
But this isn't
the knockout one thing.
But this isn't the tribes who have these box quetzals making these completes. That's where you guys you're all getting it wrong. You're talking at this from a viewpoint of we're all players, we have experience. This is what we would do. This is complaints from all those people, and you know who they are on your server, where they never advance past stone. They're just these people that are just in stone for the whole time they're playing Ark. And they never advance, they never have a rocket launcher, and if they do, they have like 1 rocket launcher for the whole tribe and like 2 rockets. These are people who just...
not necessarily.
No, listen,
I've been in mega tribes where they reported the other tribes attacking them for stuff like this.
Sure, but the main complaint comes from these people that say that they are kept down and could never build up. That's who makes these complaints. So they're saying these people are flying over with their quetzal that's in a box. They come and attack us. We can't do nothing about it. We can't even stab it. We can't shoot it. We can't do nothing. And like that's the majority of the complaints. Because people like us that have the experience or who fight, except for the petty mega tribes that want to rattle one another like a bunch of bitches, that's one thing. But like for most people who like run the game, they're like, all right, I'm gonna grab some rockets and I'm gonna shoot this motherfucker, or I'm gonna wait until he lands and I'm gonna attack his base and I'm gonna raid his base, and then when he's not on, I'm gonna kill this quetzal when I have all the time in the world and it's not flying.
Okay, well, obviously we're very heated and we're not even in the thick of it, so
well, anyway, to continue on with this exploiting stuff. So
we still got a lot of
move along, people. Move along.
Do not box the quets. Don't do it. Just don't box your quets. Don't box your Bronto. Do not box the Parasa. Don't do it. Things. Just don't do it.
I got to now. I have to. I got to do it.
Also, modifying your game files to remove key graphical components like water, fog, etc. is against the rules. That might sound crazy to go in and modify the game files, but yeah, that's frowned upon. And intentionally crashing users or servers through DDoS or otherwise. So if you thought DDoSing people was like totally cool, they're telling you no, that's not cool.
That is the most annoying thing during a raid.
It's gay as shit.
Oh god, DDoSing. I was stuck on a web server last week for 2 hours.
DDoSing is like running a program that like crashes the server, right? Or you're running the game where it makes you lag,
data
right?
packets
It makes you lag or something.
Yeah, it upgrades the ping the maximum ping is like 255, I think it is on Xbox. If you see that, you're being DDoSed.
What me and this other dude Fox used to do when like a bigger tribe would raid is we would have Brontos with grinders, like 6 to 8 grinders on the back of Brontos. And we would just turn on all of the grinders and start swinging the Bronto's tails and just lag the whole entire area.
You were doing that.
See,
but
you'd be breaking the rules.
Yep.
That's intentionally crashing users.
Is that DDoSing? That's not DDoSing.
No, it's
it's not
intentionally
DDoSing.
crashing.
It does the same thing.
Crashing users or servers, you said. That's
well, guess what?
Users. It is creating lag.
I guess it does say or otherwise.
Oh goodness! You should have said, "Once upon a time, 2 people that I knew that shall remain unnamed."
Well, listen, grinders are part of the game. Brontos are part of the game. I didn't go and change any files. I just turned on all my.
Listen, by making boxes around.
Let me tell you something. I had a lot of wood that I wanted to grind down to thatch, and I wanted to be very efficient.
Okay,
so while I did it, I was gathering more wood with the Bronto to put into my grinders. What's so bad about that?
Intentionally crashing users.
It wasn't intentional. I was just trying to do. Listen. I needed a lot of thatch.
Sure, you did.
I think we got this on recording. I'm just saying.
At the moment my base under attack, we needed thatch. I get you.
The moment we were being attacked, I needed a lot of thatch because I had to replace the walls with thatch walls just in case.
Obviously, you need as much thatch as you can get.
Such a dirty dog.
To throw them.
I can't believe this, dude.
There's nothing more annoying in a raid than hearing an alliance member yelling over chat, "Drop the server." That frustrated me more than anything.
Oh god.
Okay. Well, also.
Oh, okay.
Also, it's also frowned upon is benefit hacking exploiting.
Hold those stories.
So tribes, alliances, and teaming up. That's not allowed, I guess, anymore. I don't know what that makes no sense.
Alliances and teaming up.
When playing on our official network, players must. So it just says benefit hacking / exploiting. Then it says tribes, alliances, and teaming up. I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
I think what they're saying is if you're part of that tribe alliance and teaming up to do the hacking / exploit, then you're responsible. Like, it's your fault.
I don't know. Or maybe they don't want you to backdoor someone, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I just don't see how the hell they're enforce these.
You know what I think it is? I think it's their version of, like, a title, like breaking up to the next point. I wonder, like, benefit, hacking, exploiting tribes and alliances and teaming up, and then they go into further detail. When playing on our official networks, players must ensure they're not taking advantage of hacking exploits and play. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll continue to read that. So when playing on our official network, players must ensure that they are not taking advantage of hacking exploits and unfair play. Do not, under any circumstances, allow hackers to join your tribe, alliance, or party up alongside you within the game. It is your responsibility to remove them or yourself from the tribe. If you witness someone breaking the rules through the use of a game exploit or a third-party program, such as ESP or aimbot, ensure that you isolate yourself from those users and are not playing with or alongside them to avoid breaching our code of conduct.
Yeah, so you can't use the defense, "It wasn't me, it was my tribe mate."
Exactly.
Even though you got all the benefits of
ignorance to the law does not make you immune to the law.
Is that got to be part of your interview now? Are you a hacker? Currently hacking?
Yes.
Have you ever been a hacker?
Do you have ESP? Do you have mind powers? Every time I say that, it's like, do you have mind powers, ESP? All right, hack-related chat. There should be no discussions in-game or on our official sites regarding hacks, including access to cheats, where you can acquire them, or how they are utilized. Stay off of our networks when talking about that shit.
Do people really start threads on their network?
Definitely.
Talking about how this stuff works?
People sometimes
I think
it's like airheaded. They just don't even notice. Like they just think it's okay.
Well, what happens a lot of times, like it happened recently when one of their patch notes said, we've basically, it just says like, we fixed a hack. And so then people were like, well, what hack did they fix? And then there was people saying, oh, it was probably this, and they went on to proceed, how to do one of these, exploits. And so if then people were like, no, that wasn't the one they fixed. But now there was this printed thing, on Reddit, or I think is where it was, that basically told everybody who read it how to do this exploit.
I find that an ingenious way to figure out that you have a bug. I'm just saying.
It is, and there was a lot of people saying, you know what, they probably didn't fix anything. They were just putting it out there, so and ambiguous enough so people would say, oh, was it this undermesh hack? Oh, was it this hack? Was it this exploit? And then and they're just going through with their with their clipboard saying, okay, let's add this one to our list, this one to our list. Because it was one of those that happened right before, I think it happened right before the TLC. Like the TLC 2 was supposed to come out like whatever day it was. Let's say March 28th, and the other patch came out like March 25th or something.
Honestly, I vaguely remember us actually talking about this in Discord.
Yeah, because all it said was fixed a bug, or or fixed an exploit.
Yeah, I'm more skeptical than you guys. I think it's just there, so they've got pages and pages on their forums of, these guys have been hacking me. This game is toxic. You guys should do something about it.
Yeah, I will not get anywhere near official PvP or even a lot of unofficial PvP. because from everything that I've read and even experienced, it's all about people hacking and cheating and undermeshing and stuff. So I'm just gonna stay away from all that.
It's getting pretty toxic, I'll admit.
I think that brings us to Goon.
Yeah, talk about griefing and spawn blocking. Well, spawn blocking occurs when tribes intentionally block multiple spawn points for the purpose of not allowing any new players to play on a server, including cross-server players. In the event that your base inadvertently or accidentally resides in a spawn point, you will not be penalized. Here are some examples of what spawn blocking can consist of, but not is limited to. Using structures that players spawn into and cannot get out of. Using spikes or spike walls in player spawn locations. Turrets located on or near spawn points. Dino cage or any type of structure, cage that is meant to trap or instantly kill a player and prevent them from spawning onto a map. Aggressive dinos placed near spawn points in order to instantly kill players that spawn in.
So, I got a story that goes back to legacy servers on Xbox. There was a server rumored out there that somebody had taken the time to find every single spawn point on the map, and they put up metal spikes on the spawn locations to prevent new players from joining, and then proceeded to wipe everybody from the server, so he had pretty much the whole server to himself.
What the hell?
A single guy. It was a rumor. I never found the server. I looked a few times, but...
That's crazy. I mean, that's not too far off. Like, I could see that probably.
I've experienced it.
Have you? Tell us.
Yeah, it was on PS4. I think I had Swamp Fever and I just had to transfer out the server to get rid of it. And I now know that, you can start uploading, close it down, and then go back to your own server and download. But then I went to a Scorched Earth server, and I instantly spawned in spikes, so I died to them. Spawned in again in spikes, and I spawned at every single spawn point. I put a message out to Wildcard, and they said, well, because it's a PvP server, there's nothing we can do about it. You should be able to blow. You should be able to blow up these fucking things. Yeah.
Yeah, upon spawn, because everybody spawns in with the availability to blow up metal spikes.
Exactly.
So I think I found one that was open, and then the next problem was all the drops were blocked. So I eventually found one which I could get to.
Management, like, that's crazy.
The one thing that bothers me about this, though, is I remember one time on Xbox PvP, it was on a Scorched Earth server, and somebody had built this giant base, and we ended up joining their tribe, and they kind of had like an open courtyard with that was walled out, and I had just tamed like 3 raptors and a parasaur. I left them on aggressive because the courtyard was open. I logged out, and the next day I logged in, and he had 3 different things in his inventory where he'd eaten 3 different people that had spawned in to the courtyard. And according to this, you can't do that, but I mean, it is kind of your base. You didn't know the spawns were there, so I don't know.
You see, though, we always used to have a thing where we used to be raising dinos, and you get multiple dinos you don't want there. And we used to release Ferrozinos into the wild, as we call it, on aggressive. And they'd always make their way to the beach, and then eventually some would spawn, and they'd drag it out to water or something, it would drown, and we'd get a thing saying it's been killed. But yeah, I think someone did it with Gigas
We
once.
were nice. When we didn't want something, we used to not claim it and leave it near spawn points. So when people spawned in, they're like a dino they could claim.
Yeah,
we didn't do that.
People could claim them and use them against you, so that's not really a great idea.
Claim them? What are they? Raptors and bullshit dinos that you don't want? I mean, people could tame them anyway.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, so should I move on to PvE specific griefing?
Indeed.
So for the PvE specific griefing, game blocking. You are not allowed to block other tribes from playing the game on PvE servers. This can include, but is not limited to, building at their base, blocking in other tribes' dinos, blocking access in and out of a tribe's base, obstructing pathways or waterways for the purpose of denying another tribe access. A GM may ask you to move or relocate if your structure is negatively impacting a server. For example, you block off a large portion of the map so that other members of the server cannot access it. Structure spamming, placing structures down such as pipes or wires for the purpose of disrupting others' gameplay, is against our code of conduct.
I noticed how they specifically left out pillars.
Yeah, well, it says placing structures down such as, So I mean, personally, I would claim pillar spamming to fall under that. But yeah, it is weird that they don't say such as pillars. Yeah, that they say pipes or wires.
But not pillar ladders. Pillar ladders.
Yeah, I mean, I would have thought they would have they would have spelled that out because of the fact that is the predominant structure spamming.
Right. Crazy. All right, is that my turn with misconduct?
Lady conduct.
Is up to you.
Yep, lady conduct.
Behavior, chat, and interaction with others. That's what they're going to be talking about. Interaction with others are Studio Wildcard employees through text, chat, voice chat, and signs or paintings must adhere to the rules below, and you cannot use an alternative spelling to circumvent restrictions. Okay. Ensure that you do not offend. This includes, but is not limited to, the language which is unlawful, harmful, threatening, abusive, harassing, defamatory, vulgar, obscene, hateful, sexually explicit, or racially, ethnically, or otherwise offensive. You also cannot post personal information belonging to someone else in game or any official websites or forums related to the game. You also cannot harass, stalk, threaten, such as sending repeated, unsolicited, or unwelcome messages to specific users and tribes, and can include, but not limited to, those sexual in nature or messages that would cause discomfort. Disrupt the game, such as intentionally causing the chat screen to scroll faster than other users are able to read, or setting up macros with large amounts of text that, when used, have a disruptive effect on the normal flow of the chat. You cannot promote, do not send messages which are advertisements for inappropriate topics, including scamming, hacking, exploits, or the sale of goods and services, unless trading within the game for game-specific resources. For example, 50 stone for 1 polymer, or a trike for a rex, etc.
There goes my money sign.
I know, right? It's like, I feel like somebody is finally, going, It's weird that this is all coming on, like, now, like, after the game. It seems like this, I guess you don't know the depth of what is possible until you have, like, a net out there, and then they're raking it in, I guess.
Well, so is this the first code of conduct they have, or is this?
We have not covered a code of conduct running the show in the 2-ish years that we've done it.
Because it does say new code. Yeah,
2.5 games,
that means that it's a new version of it.
We've not had to cover any of this. Like, it's probably something that was in when it was early access, but this is the first time that they've gone through with an iron and pressed everything out since. Like, it's not.
They've probably had to, like, redo it.
Somewhere hidden, but it's never been delivered that we have known of like this, as far as we know. What were you saying, Blue?
I was going to say they probably just updated it or something and they had to post it so people got a visual.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Probably. But Mr. Cricket, your turn. Player Steam and tribe
Players,
names.
Steam, and tribe names. When choosing your name, Steam name, or tribe name, you must adhere to general decency and abide by the following rules. Funny that they say that they can control your Steam name since you're just a game in Steam, but whatever. If Wildcards determines your name to be improper, we may change the name and or terminate your use of our official and any BattleEye protected servers. You should not use an alternative spelling to circumvent the name restrictions listed below. You should ensure that your name does not offend. Names may not contain vulgar, defamatory, obscene, hateful, racially, ethnically, or otherwise offensive, including any usernames which are sexual in nature. Impersonate. Pretend to be somebody else with intent to impersonate, including, without limitation, another user, tribe, game master, GM, or studio wildcard employee.
And that'll bring up false reports. When reporting others, please ensure that you are genuine. Reports made to harass other players or for restricting their gameplay when codes of conduct have been broken are deemed punishable by studio wildcard. When no codes of conduct have been broken. You can increase the effectiveness of your reports by including as much information as possible, as well as a video or picture evidence. We never take our decisions and actions regarding potential malice player behavior lightly. Suspensions, server wipes, and or bans are only issued after careful review of all internal and external evidence. I don't think I've ever heard of a full-on server wipe by Wildcard, but that'd be interesting.
A full-on server wipe would be out of control.
Yeah.
I've heard of it. I've never experienced it.
Crazy.
And that'll bring us to Doc.
Okay, so there's a new instant reporting system. In addition to the code of conduct changes, we'd like to introduce to our new reporting system, currently in beta and only for PC players. The link is in the show notes. This is our new instant reports area. You can find it in the forums by hovering over the support button at the top of the page and clicking report PC abuse. The customer support link has been moved to underneath the help subsection under support. When submitting an incident report, please make sure to provide as much information as possible.
Have you guys ever had to report anything like this, or?
I have.
Have you? Did you find that
Yeah.
it was easy, or does this new edition make it easier for you?
Well, I'm not on PC, so I've not used this system. I use the old
this is-
system.
Right.
Yeah, Xbox's reporting system is pretty easy.
we don't just tweet at the panda?
Yeah, no, we don't. What has your experience been then on console?
I've only really used it for getting dinosaurs out of rocks and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Basically, once you do it like a week later, you get an admin email you, and then start saying, I'll happily get these out, but I need your GPS codes and all the pictures of it under the map, and then I need, you to set up an appointment for in like 2 weeks' time, and then 2 weeks' time comes, and they log on and join your tribe, and you then have to go to the dinosaur, and he teleports to you, and then walks it out.
Ah, okay. Well, that's cool that they can do that for you. It just seems like you have to wait a very long time for it to happen.
Yeah, stuff doesn't move fast with Wildcard.
No,
Okay,
it
they
doesn't.
probably definitely short-handed on that realm.
Dino starves to death before they get them out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I have to put up a feeding trough in order to let this thing survive.
Exactly.
Right.
That sucks.
The one time I had to use it, we had somebody randomly come on our server and demand bullets and turret guns, and if we weren't going to give it to him, he was going to DDoS the server, and so we just took screenshots. And then literally 2 hours later, our server went down for like 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah, so we had to report that, but
Wow, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, people. Ugh, frustrating.
At least it's not give me a metal pick or I'd dig all around your base.
If you guys think PvP and Ark is rough, I can only imagine PvP and Pixar, because they could just do all kinds of shit.
God, I want to do it.
Stuff.
I need to buy that game. I need to build an underground layer.
Oh, you will. You should. It's nuts. It's crazy. What the craziness that's available to you. The tools that you can use against people. All right, Blue. You got some community contest info for us.
that'll go to community contests. In case you missed our post last week, we are going to be pausing our weekly community contest, Ark Tech and NVIDIA Arsenal. We'll be looking at new ways to which we can directly engage the community, as well as share the best content that you guys produce through different initiatives. We enjoy hosting these contests and love seeing what you've come up with, so hang tight to see what we have in store. That is it for this post, guys. As always, if you got anything to share, please get in touch and be sure to follow us on blank.
Oh, I totally
all the best, Studio Wildcard.
They did like a whole list of all their websites, and then of course I take that out because it's just like, who wants to read 97 websites? Everybody knows where to find them. But then I leave the sentence that tells you to go there. Sorry.
That's cool.
All the best, Studio Wildcard. That's right. All right, render.
Well, Wildcard Workshop is having a tutorial contest number 4, and it's space. Today in the workshop, we begin to tackle... Oh my god, my thing is closed.
Actually, it looks to me like it's space.
There we go. Space! Lost in space! Today in the workshop, we begin to tackle the topic of replication, how code functions in a multiplayer environment. We go into a broad overview of the different methods available for replication, and my band of merry modders helps to give some visualization to how this system works. In the next video, we'll dive into some actual practical examples. So if you're into this mod stuff, jump on there and check out episode number 4. And if you want to replicate stuff, they're going to show you how to do it.
All right, got some PC patch notes. The patch notes, current version 4279.252 and upcoming. Current Ark official server network server version 275.255. Weekly patches are conducted Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time unless otherwise stated. Okay, did you guys know? Quet's C4 bomber exploit has been fixed.
What is that?
I don't know. Fixed honor weight limit working properly. Fixed the Sarco not fitting through dino gates. The players can no longer be handcuffed to toilets. Wild Raptors. I know, that would be so funny. The Wild Raptors now pounce players in PvE. Foe knows how that goes. Parasaur platform saddle is now available in Aberration supply crates. Moss Chops dossier has been updated. The debugging information of get modifier keys crash. Apparently, I don't know, they debug that. Sponsored mod page update and fixed a rare physics crash related to destruction. All right.
Also, they corrected the glowtail egg weight.
Did they just add that? I don't even see that on here.
No, you skipped over it. It's fine.
Oh, well then. Well, thank you. Thank you for catching that. Thank you for debugging my PC patch notes. I'm going to hand it over to Mr. Doc, because there is some information for the Xbox and PS4, since apparently they group you guys into a nice, cozy little family. There's some information you can share with the listeners.
Yeah, so apparently we're getting the TLC 2 targeted release for the week during 23rd of April, which is Monday, isn't it? And we'll keep you posted about more accurate release dates once it gets close to the date. This is later than we reported in our crunch last week, but we are confident that we will be able to meet the deadline of the week of the 23rd. This will be enable iron transfers and the vanilla version of Aberrant creatures to move to Aberrant servers. This means you'll be able to take over your regular Spino to an Aberration server. They're going to be preventing people from building within the Ragnarok puzzle cave, so if you store any structures or creatures down there, make sure you use the time to relocate them ASAP. As once this update goes live on console, they will no longer be possible. It is important to note that the turret update will not go live on this update, but instead a future one.
I like how
they've been putting that off for a while.
Just keep putting it off.
God, they've been telling me that for like 4 months.
It is.
I want to know how many tribes are tore down a bunch of their turrets just waiting for this to happen and just sitting there like, what in the hell?
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, tricked you. That's crazy.
All of us.
Oh, yeah, true. Too funny. All right, we're moving into Dino Spotlight. Here we go.
Come on down to Dinosaur City, your one-stop shop for help with all your plots. We got dinos to cover all your needs, from arms to alarms, from intimidating to intimate.
Well, hello there. Look at you being all sexy, staring at me with those hungry eyes, like you could just eat me up.
So come on down to Dinosaur City. We can help you. To help yourself, pick the dino that's right for you. And remember, we have a special every week, and this week's special is...
The Caster.
Just kidding.
The Casteroides! Did Goon go take a piss and not tell the group?
No.
Nope.
Machine messed up.
Oh, your machine messed up? Alright. And... the dinosaur this week is...
The Casteroides.
It sounds like you're talking through a speak and spell.
Sounds like he's across the room.
It's supposed to be his dino dealer voice. You know, they always have like that.
The announcer voice thing.
Yeah, the announcer voice. It just was a little delayed.
Sorry about that.
There you go.
Hey, relax, guy.
Well, today we're talking About the Castoroides. Yeah, the Castoroides. The beaver, yes. It is a large mammalian herbivore that tends to live near water. Unlike other larger beaver species, this one retains the chisel-shaped teeth of modern beavers. As is typical for beavers, they build dams as habitats, but the larger creatures on the island have a tendency to trample them. As a result, finding unsullied dams in the wild is quite rare. Castoroides beavers itself doesn't seem to realize how dangerous the island is. I don't know if it's simply too dumb to notice the dangers, or if it just doesn't care, but Castoroides beavers happily goes to run this day playing in the water and gnawing on wood.
Domesticated, the value of the tamed beaver is obvious from its physiology. The creature naturally gathers wood extremely efficiently, far more than most species on the island. It's not the strongest creature, so it can only carry limited amounts, but it is a natural lumberjack. Taming method, you knock that beaver out. Preferred kibble is the gallimimus egg. Preferred food vegetable is vegetables. The preferred food is vegetables. The preferred on Primitive Plus is fresh sugar plant primitive. And the equipment that you get is the Castoroides saddle, the beaver saddle at level 61, and you can carry rider weaponry when riding the beaver, so you can be armed and dangerous when riding the beaver. And you should probably know you also cannot carry additional humans. So you can carry weapons, but no other humans on the beaver. We have Dodo Dex tips. Tip number 1, the funny tip was got eaten alive for touching their wood, and I respect that. And then Goon has the tip number 2.
Do not leave unattended. The torpor goes down at a monstrous rate.
Da 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 da! Do any of you guys have anything to say about the beaver or the Castoroides?
So, yeah, I mean, I used to love the beaver over the mammoth, but they put out a mammoth change at some point fairly recently where while the beaver has a 50% reduced rate on carrying wood, the mammoth has, I think it's a 75%, so wood only weighs 25% of its normal weight on a mammoth. So they can
amazing.
So they can carry so much more, especially considering that their carry weight is a lot higher to begin with. But I didn't realize it until we were playing on Primitive Plus, and I tamed the mammoth first because it had the easy tame method with the Primitive Plus super crops, and the saddle is also level 31 versus 61. So we had the mammoth, and I was using that to start with until we got a beaver. And I didn't realize that they made the change until I started using the beaver again. And I was like, why does it seem like I can only go out and gather like a little bit of wood with this beaver, when with the mammoth it felt like it was so much more. And then that's when I realized the difference, and I was like, well, I guess I'm going to be using the mammoth most times now, at least for gathering around your base. For going further out, you can carry the beaver with an Argent, so that's an advantage. But yeah, I mean, I kind of prefer the mammoth nowadays over the beaver for a lot of that.
This isn't the mammoth spotlight.
No, but it's very viable information. What were you gonna say, Doc?
Yeah, I was just saying we actually item cap our mammoth with wood at the moment with our quets. So we just do one massive wood one.
Wow.
Because we get the weight reduction.
Just carry around your mammoth with the quets?
Yeah, I mean, beavers are more early game now.
Yes.
Like, until you do get your quets. And
exactly.
Then you want your mammoth really.
We used to complain about back... Because I know, Fo, you got to remember, like, we used to complain that they totally put the mammoth in the corner and everybody was all about the beaver.
Oh, I said that a long time ago.
Yeah. I know we've all talked about that. So,
and I was like, can they please give the mammoth a platform saddle? It needs one.
Well, what I was saying is that the mammoth needed at least, the 50% decrease that the beaver.
Yeah, make it more
just so
sought after instead of reverse.
Yeah, and then they made the 75%, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's so much better now. Plus, it's easier to tame, I think, because like they said about the torpor and the beaver goes down so fast that you have to, really be attending it on anything that doesn't have super fast tame rates. Because yeah, you have to sit there and feed it narcotics literally every 5 or 6 minutes, I think. Whereas the mammoth, for the most part, you can just leave that thing because it has
it.
It has a high amount of torpor and a low torpor decrease.
But the good thing about the beaver is it does have the smithy.
That's true.
Which you need if you're using some of these blueprints which require a lot of metal.
And also, a nice thing about the beaver is the fact that you can put it on wander and it will go and pick up wood by itself.
The beaver is awesome for making stone mammoth gates because you could just make them and continue to keep on going, gathering everything, then just make it right there on the beaver. Get a beaver, get a doe dick, run around, get all your stuff, make gates.
Although now the Argent also has the smithy saddle, so you have that going for it.
Yeah, the Argent definitely needed something.
Yeah, but so while the beaver used to be I have to get this almost as soon as possible tame for me. Now it's kind of moved back to I don't need to get it right away. I can get something different. I can get a mammoth and use that for a while before I want to go and make a ton of narcotics and try to get the beaver and all that. So it's taken a step down, but it's still a nice thing to have.
I want to know how these beavers know when you touch their wood. My lord, you barely touch it, and all of a sudden you got 15 of them after you.
Exactly.
They come out of nowhere, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't even have to take any wood. You just look in there.
Yeah, exactly. If you're just opening up the wood.
Actually, that's
oh no, you did it.
That's actually what I'm doing right now. Is stealing
opening up some wood.
Yep, stealing beaver dams.
All right. Well,
gotta get that cementing paste.
This is the time we would. Yep. Hey, it might not be a bad idea just to give a quick PSA on if you're gonna go through the trouble of getting into the beaver dams to get the stuff, take everything so that the dam replenishes itself, because you got all those stupid lazy people that just take what they want out and then that just stays there forever.
Yeah, because I take what I want out, but then I just hold in O for everything else and just drop all the wood onto the ground.
Yeah, just get rid of it so it replenishes itself. And you're never going to get response.
And then as you can see with the picture that I posted up on the show notes, that's what happens when you touch their wood.
Yeah, you got a whole lot of angry beavers after you. That is so true. Well, we are skipping Falloon's admin tip tonight. He cannot make it to the show tonight, so we're going to save it for next week so he can share it then. So that means we're moving into main topic.
Except we just lost stock.
Oh, shit. He's our main topic. That's no fun. Oh, man. So if Doc don't come back, we might jump to tip time. And then when Doc makes it back, because he said his laptop was giving him issues. So
He had the tip, too.
I know. He has the very next tip. Dude, get back here, Doc. Come on. Resuscitate the Doc. So we're going to restructure the show on the fly. We're going to do tip time, but then we're going to skip Doc's tip and move on to the next one. And then hopefully everybody cross their fingers that he gets back so we can go on with the main topic. But here we go. Totally chair dancing. All right, so Doc had an alpha tip, so we will save his tip. And then the next tip is, apparently it's my tip. So everybody get ready. I got a tip. It is the mod spotlight tip. This one. Oh, yeah. The mod spotlight. Okay, I am spotlighting a delicious mod that I love because we are doing our faux science on an RP server, and Eco from the Eco Trees and the Eco RP, all of the mods that Eco does are so cool and make Ark so much better. Definitely the cherry on your Ark sundae. Well, this one I never really messed around with until the server that we're on, and it's the camping mod. It adds decorative items for a wonderful camping experience. The mod includes a backpack, which is the crafting bag that you actually make the backpack. And then once you make the backpack, you can make all these additional pieces. and you can make a campfire that cooks meat 2 times as fast as a normal campfire. You can make a canoe, and it's not like, I don't think it's really like the canoe or whatever it was, what is the one on Primitive Plus? It's kind of like a canoe, but I want to say the minute you got all the driving, the dinghy, is that what it was? The dinghy. Like, this is pretty cool because you can make a canoe, but it has reverse. I was going to try to do like a speed test, how the canoe stacks up against the raft, if they're the same, but it is handy having this little teeny tiny boat that you can zip
know what we
around
should
in.
do tonight, maybe?
What?
Squeeze it in. Go on a camping trip to that island off of Ragnarok. There's an island. I think there's like an island off by the not the desert. I think it's near the Red Ob. What is near the Red Ob? There was a little island off to the side somewhere. Or we could just do a camping trip there in the Redwoods. Like, just foot it there.
Good Lord.
And do like, just camp it out.
Drop bears.
Yeah. That would be so crazy. We
do
definitely need
all the
to make
camping stuff.
Set up a
campsite,
adventure.
everything, yeah.
I know, right? I'm on board with this camping adventure we can do. Because also, not only does it have the campfire, it has a canoe, it has a lantern that actually glows and it's placeable. It's a hand lantern, hunting trophy, a log seats, like you can put little logs around your fire and sit down. But although Goon and I were trying them out last night, for some reason it kept pointing us away from the fire. So some tweaking on that. Maybe we kept pointing them down backwards, or I kept pointing them down backwards. I don't know. But also there's sleeping bag, which is an active respawn point. There's a big tent that can be painted. There's small tents. They're just kind of more or less, I think, for looks. Like, you can crawl in, but it's not going to protect you from anything. The big tent actually has protection. S'mores you can actually eat, and trail mix you can actually eat, and you can also make marshmallows on a stick. So it's really cool. So I put the link in the show notes. You can get the mod ID right there, and if you want to read more about it, and it's also 100% stackable. So it's a really cool mod. All right, who do we have next? Oh, what the shit? You guys didn't put any tips down, you slackers.
Me and Goon discussed it, and we were struggling.
Struggling? What the hell, man? Well, I know you'll have something to say because I got a phone. Luckily, I double tipped. So here we go. She blinded me with sight. All right. Now, you guys think that you were lacking in the tip department, but I know you probably might have something to add in because we're all doing, well, most of us are doing this faux science experiment together. A little update on the Cross Realm Rebellion Rated Ark faux science department. Last you may have heard, we were playing on Primitive Plus official. We have shut that down. What happened is we were playing for 2.5 weeks on Primitive Plus. We were loving that. PixArk came out. Once you're logging into PixArk, and you can get right in within like a minute or two.
Just a couple minutes, quick load.
You start to look at Primitive Plus that you've been beating your ever-loving mind against a freaking brick wall over and over and over again. You're like, why am I doing this to myself? Why am I torturing myself to play Primitive Plus unofficial? Because for many of us, not all of us, because I think Dolphy and Goon were the only ones that did not experience the multiple timeouts and the kicks and the reconnections and the reconnect. It was just absolutely dreadful. So the majority spoke. And bless Goon, he's such a saint. He spent this whole past Sunday tearing down our base, opening up all of our boxes, and giving all of the dinos back to anybody on the server who wanted some dinos. So how did that go, Mr. Goon?
Oh, it was fun. You mentioned free dinos. There was wyverns coming from everywhere. Do you want this? Do you want this? Do you want this? Can you okay, here, take it.
People out of the woodwork.
And then it was fun going through our little hotel, go through each room and dropping bodies down the chute. I had a nice big pile of bodies down at the bottom. Then threw them all out in the ocean and drowned all of my tribe mates.
Probably his favorite part.
Awesome. All but one. One I put flowers in, and he got killed by dodos.
Yeah. Goon wrapped up our faux science event by our faux science time on Primitive Plus. If you want to throw your YouTube video in under this, that would be great, because he he like had a pile of our bodies he was sharing in Discord, had like a pile of our bodies, and then like he sealed the deal with eating a bunch of rare flowers and letting dodos kill him as a final sign-off from Primitive Plus Official. So we closed down Primitive Plus Official Faux Science Project, and now we reopened. We're revisiting the role play side of Ark Survival Evolved on PC. So we found an active-ish RP server, found it through the Steam forums. I'm not going to tell you what one we're on. It's RP PvP, and they're pretty chill, laid back. They're not like, and it's good for like new people because we're new at it. We really don't know what to expect. We really haven't gotten our bearings together like with RP. So it's good to be around other people who aren't so militant about it. And then as you get more acquainted and familiar, and if you like it, then definitely find a server that maybe has like, you know, something that's fitting you. But for us, it's been really cool because you realize that they have a spot on the server. It's a Ragnarok map that you can like PvP hardcore in the Badlands. You can build up over there, and then you know that you have to build a base and have like a worthy base to raid if you're going to be raiding. It's like a Wild West in the Badlands on Ragnarok, and then everywhere else it's PvP that has to be RP stimulated, I guess, for lack of a better word, where you have to at least know the person or have an RP reason to go and murder them, unless you're killing people on site at drops. That is a KOS open area. So if you're flying around and you're going to get a drop, just know somebody might be hiding in a bush ready to snipe you. So it's kind of cool knowing that somebody might kidnap you because their character feels like it. Somebody might have a bounty out on you because you pissed them off, or you know what I mean? It's kind of neat. So we're all right now building our starter base. Some of our character lines are going to take us to other areas of the map. Some of us are probably stick together. You know, it's pretty cool. I like the idea that there's other people out there. And like, I know I personally by choice have not had any interactions, only because my character probably didn't feel like it at the time. But Cricket and Blue have. I don't know if Goon or Foe have, but right now it's me, Cricket, Goon, Full Render, and Blue that's rocking it out.
Yes.
It's been fun.
And we talked about it a little bit on our Cross Realm podcast last night, but Blue got to meet a goblin named Legs.
Was it Legs? I thought it was Lakes.
Lakes? Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I kept thinking
lakes,
you were saying legs. It's lakes, as in the body of water.
And he stalked me across the map for like a solid 5 minutes up on a cliff. So I was like really weary. I was waiting for him to like just drop down, pick me up, and murder me because I had 2 turtles I was bringing back to the base. And he got to a point where he can just come down and introduce himself, and he was role playing as a goblin. I guess they're supposed to be kind of shy and only.
Did he type or did he talk in chat?
He talked in world chat.
Did he have a goblin voice? Was he just like, "Hey man, what's up? I'm a goblin."
No, he was kind of
gobble.
Had it kind of low key. It was a little. So, have you ever talked to somebody who's socially awkward?
Yes, I have.
He had that like super socially awkward sound to him, and I don't know if he was just role playing for the goblin or if that was just him personally, but I was that douchebag. I was like, "Hi, how are you?"
I was like, when you were talking about last night, I'm like, you know, it takes a lot of guts to that guy was dedicated. You know, it takes a lot of guts to be proactive and be like, I'm totally going to stalk that guy across the map and I'm going to talk to him or her. You just really don't know if it's who you're talking to because it's a character, but yeah, you don't know.
And I feel like as soon as he heard my voice, he was super put off because the tone in his voice, it was still super socially awkward, but he was like, "Oh, well, hi."
Well, he's a goblin, right? They're supposed to kind of be shitty. I guess every goblin I think of, they're kind of shitty. They're kind of cocky, kind of...
I have what you need.
Exactly. And the irony is he was a gun salesman.
So it was a very snotty, tall, lanky goblin gun salesman.
I think Foe might have to be like that Italiano dude.
You could do it again, because we haven't heard that voice in a while, and I loved it. Mamma mia, like that. It's been so long since you busted out that.
I'll be like on the server, and I'll be looking around, and then I see a dino, and it's like looking at it, and the dino picked up at the poop.
I haven't figured out.
And I was like, Mamma Mia, this dino, it wouldn't leave me alone.
Do that,
Mamma
please. Mia. Please do that. As I don't know. I feel like I don't know what to do because we had our excursion where we went to go look for plant species exceeds and just never found them. And but we had a lot of other fun. We had a lot more fun. I did make a video on that, but I'm gonna see if I can put the sound in either the. I might as well put it in this show. But we had a lot of fun, and we got to hear Blue scream like I would scream.
I was totally waiting for you to bust out like a sound because you said you were going to do it.
I'm totally gonna.
Like his voice just cracked. Like his voice, like his puberty just happening right now. Like that's how he screamed.
Via a Trudon attack.
I thought it was a compy. I mean, you warned me. I did not see the glowing eyes.
That's not a compy.
I wanted to check it out.
It was like, ah! Like, that's what he did. He went, oh my God. And that's why we were laughing about him last night, because we're like, Blue was such a chill dude. He's just like, chill. So it totally caught us all off guard when Blue screamed in such a high-pitched voice. Oh God. So yeah, what's that?
Now, did you guys imagine when you heard that scream? Because when I heard him scream on the video, all I can imagine was this little 5-year-old boy screaming and grabbing his crotch.
I know.
I just assumed it was like one of those things where like a rat jumps out at you and you have like a knife in your hand and you're stabbing it like ah!
Yeah, that's exactly how.
No, I saw just grabbing your crotch, holding on to dear life.
Yeah, it was so funny, dude. It was so funny. So Cricket you had your first RP interaction, right?
I've had 2 or 3 interactions.
Yay! You are a hot ticket on the RP server, Cricket.
Well, it's also
you're
just
a hot ticket, Cricket.
It's also just being on more often. I had one from a guy who either he was Irish or he had a pretty good Irish accent. His tribe was called something like Shamrock Firearms, something like that. So he came by and just was saying hi to me and seeing what was up, and then we were talking, and he was saying that they have a business going where they sell firearms. So he told, I don't remember if he actually told me where his base was, because if he did, I can't remember where he had said it was, because I'd like to go and see if they have any decent long necks or anything like that to buy.
I believe the lake guy told me it was like literally right up the hill from where our base is at.
Okay, so that was the first one.
So the goblin lives super close to us?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
Yes, that was the first one that I had encountered. The other one was the other day. Nesby was on, and she went hiding. Like, oh, is there somebody here? Let me go and hide here while you talk to him.
Well, the difference is that I already was in the water, and I just chose to stay there. That's the difference.
Mamma mia, what is this a thing? This is a goblin. What is the goblin doing over here?
That's her character. He likes to hide when other people are around.
I think she's like,
it's a goblin. What are you doing over here? It's just a goblin. Mamma mia.
Yes. So what other visitors have you had, Cricket?
It's just been those 2 that I can recall.
Oh, okay.
And so that person was another person. He was saying they sell food and stuff like that, and but I was like, I don't really need crops. I have my thinking, because at the time I think I was just planting all my crops. I was just getting ready to put up my greenhouse. I had all this stuff crafted. I just had to actually put the greenhouse pieces in. So I was thinking like, well, I'm not gonna need to buy your crops. So I'm about to have my own bountiful harvest that that is going to be sufficient. So I didn't tell him that straight out, but that's what I was thinking. But he was nice and kind of in an acting in an RP way, and everything, and it was a nice pleasant encounter, not a like kill on sight or anything like that. So that's always a good thing.
Absolutely. Alrighty then, so we'll keep you guys updated. That's what we've been doing so far in our faux science realm. But Mr. Doc is back with us. I'm getting feedback from you, Mr. Cricket. I'm coming through your mic. We got Mr. Doc is back. He was our main topic, and then his computer probably took a dump.
Yeah, again.
All right, we're going to do your fancy intro right now. Thank you for joining us. We had an open door, like come back and join us anytime. And you have joined us, and like last year you got to jump in with us. So it was cool that you can join us now. And Doc is one of our Cross Realm Rebellion Gaming Group members who plays Ark on the Xbox. And you've been having a lot of PvP stuff going on. So we thought, come on, man, come and join the show and have a chat with us about this. So what's been going on? Where do you want to start?
Well, I guess I'll start with the fun stuff.
There you go.
Yeah, so we got an island server, and it was one of the new legacy ones that closed down and opened up a bunch of new servers. So we went over there and, claimed our spot. And cleared out the cave of the Brute, is it? The underwater cave on the island. And, I was building up a nice collection of squids and megalodons, and got friends over in Aberration who gave me a tech megalodon saddle. And then we found out there was a tribe building up who were from a rival faction. So, the first chance I got, straight on the tech megalodon. Blown open beam of gates and taking out turrets and all that good stuff. That stuff shreds that tech. It's unreal.
And you were saying that the tech rays on the megalodon?
What's it called? Yeah, the tech laser beams.
Oh, okay. And it was on your megalodon, and it was shredding the gates, like the metal gates and stuff?
No, we blew them up with C4, and then we got around the corner, and they had turrets on the other side.
Uh-huh.
So, I had someone draining the bullets with a squid tentacles, sticking the tentacles around the corner and getting them all shot. While I put my head around the corner with the tech megalodon, take a good shot and take out the junction box.
Okay.
All the turrets go down, and then we kind of cleared out the base using the tech megalodon.
Wow.
So, that was all fun. And then we had a bunch of trolls come on the server with a turret boat, and we're going up and down the coast with a turret boat and a Reaper King, harassing all the people on our server.
Uh-huh.
So straight on the tech megalodon again. A few shots from that from underneath just sunk it.
Wow.
And then they tried to hide the Reaper, but they weren't expecting us to have like bulldogs on the server. So we were giving that a good beating, and then they decided to hide it. But we got one of our wolves with the new wolf ability, where you can detect her enemies underground. So we're C4ing and everything, the ground, just doing no damage to this Reaper King. So someone has the idea to just flap the wyvern wings and try to push it like under the ground off a cliff so we can get to it.
Uh-huh.
And the thing just pops straight out the ground. I have no idea if that works for everything else, like Palovias and stuff, but it definitely works for Reaper Kings.
I think I remember someone saying that recently, that it does work.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it didn't last too long on the island though. We had like a good month and a half one. But we got undermapped last week. So, first sign we knew was when our outer defences of our cave were being blown up. And then we had someone shot from like our tech turrets, which were like our fourth row of defence. And we're going, well, we got 3 rows of defence, they haven't got past here. Went there, couldn't find the bodies for anything. Next thing we know, like all our foundations, which our turret towers were built on, starts blowing up.
Oh wow.
And if you've ever been undermapped, like it's the weirdest experience ever. I swear to God, I got PTSD from that stuff. There's just explosions going on around you.
Okay, so when you're being undermapped, you can't attack your attacker, but they can just have a free-for-all with you.
Yeah, they get under the map and under your base, and then they put down some beds. And then they go and get a ton of rockets and stuff. And then they spawn in on them beds.
Wow.
Yeah. And you can't get to them. The only way to stop them is someone goes underneath the map and fights them, which is against the rules. Or you build under-map defences, which is, if you build under-map defences below your base will be wiped by wildcard if they find out.
So you're just a sitting duck.
Yeah, it's pretty much a double-edged sword.
It's the most toxic thing on Ark at the moment on official. But during it, I was trying to get all as many tames as possible from the transmitters. Because it was our main tame storing area, this cave. And both our owners of the tribe and the guy who was like second in command who has access to that account had both gone out to work into a restaurant. So I'm sat there as admin, and in our tribe there was only me who could upload. So there was 4 or 5 guys around me. We need more than 20 dinos out, and I just quickly promoted everyone to admin. It turns out it was a ruse in order to get that admin from one of our own tribe members who hadn't been with us that long. We then proceeded to kick everyone out of the tribe, and then literally handcuffed our owner. Whoa. And kept narking him. And when we got someone onto the owner's account, he then couldn't kick this guy from the tribe.
Wow.
So he sat there, and they had 8 hours until we managed to get a team in there from another server to eventually kill this guy, our owner, so we could spawn somewhere and kick everyone.
Good.
Do you know how much damage you can do in 8 hours?
Wow.
Yeah. So it was not a good day.
That is so crazy. So, like, the owner of the tribe came back after being MIA for a while?
Yeah. Yeah, the owner got handcuffed, and then he couldn't access his tribe options.
Okay. And then who hacked him? The people who handcuffed him?
He never really got hacked. He was just...
No, he never got hacked.
Oh, he was lying.
We had another server 2 days later where the owner's account had been hacked.
Oh,
who was Latvian.
Okay, that's 2 different scenarios, but back to back.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was not a good weekend.
Good
last weekend.
Lord, that is crazy. So under mapping, and then your one tribe owner came back and then got handcuffed while everything was decimated for 8 hours until you guys could get in and get...
Yeah, the guy who inside does actually listens to this podcast as well.
Are you serious?
No, that's how OG Bobby met him.
No
Has been playing different games with him for a long time. So
who incited you on, was it the handcuff job or the other job? Or
the handcuff job.
The handcuff job. He incited you, like he just played on the down low and then...
He played with us for a few days, and he must have orchestrated it with this other tribe to, create a scenario where we would give him admin.
Oh.
Yeah.
So how long had you known this guy for?
I hadn't known him that long, but Bobby had been playing 7 Days to Die with I Am Chuck Bass for a couple of months now, and with A86 as well.
Really?
Although,
yeah.
Well, that's a shitty thing to do. You do have to admire the amount of planning and anticipation. They
played us.
They obviously did. To just guess what you guys are going to do and everything like that. It was pretty admirable.
I hate the backdooring. I hate it, but I also think, just like you were saying, it's like it is kind of. It's like espionage. That's how you want to play the game. You want to play the game as like a mole, and like get into another tribe and, befriend them, and then you're really in another tribe. It's kind of just a different way of playing.
And then I'll play the devil's advocate over here because actually there's no devil advocate going on because it's just how I would feel about it. But I'll flip it on the other side. So I think our actions as people tell a lot about how we are. So it would be different if me playing with Foe or Goon or something, and then we're, you got this rapport with someone, and then they just flip the script and backdoor you or do some espionage shit, and then be like, oh, you know what I mean? Or is it somebody that you guys weren't tight with to begin with? You guys have played with the guy, right? You play with him, or some like OG and A86 have played with the guy, but then he still felt the need to backdoor you. It's not like you're just being two-faced. There's a difference.
In order to properly do a backdoor, though, you got to build friendship, though. That's how you do it.
True though, but how
it is true.
Yeah,
it is, because who's going to give you admin rights otherwise?
Well, who would give somebody admin rights that they don't really know that well?
Exactly, so they have to get to know you and befriend you. That's the whole point of it.
But then now in hindsight, now what's happened? Is dude gone, or is he still did he own up to it and be like, haha, guys, I tricked you, I totally got you?
Oh, straight away he left chat.
Oh,
As soon as we died, he left the chat we were all talking in.
Really?
Left the group on Xbox
So
that we
I
all
feel
talked
like
through.
I look into, like, the
He had 8 guys come over and help him
He's getting
take our
hugs
stuff
from his
to another
original
server.
tribe that he was working with.
That's like KGB level espionage.
So, in all honesty, this is how toxic Xbox has gotten.
Right.
Yeah, but it's that kind of experience which makes people not go back.
I know you guys are looking at it from one way, but I look at it like, I'm on principle. Like I think even
I'm on your
like,
side too. I hate it.
Yeah.
I'm against it, but I could also
but you were
appreciate
going,
it.
that's pretty.
I just can't understand a world where your owner cannot kick someone from the tribe because he's handcuffed.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Like,
that's,
how would he do it? He's handcuffed.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's true.
So the
don't see how
are kind of treated like when you're
your handcuffs are more for if you're in a PvP. One tribe takes you prisoner.
Wasn't
not your own
he
tribe
also
takes you
narked
prisoner.
out?
He was, but he was occasionally running around and trying to unclaim dinos on aggressive and trying to get them to kill him and
So
stuff.
what did the guy gain from doing all this? What did he really get from it?
Like 200 plus heavy turrets, 10 tech turrets, a couple of squids.
Was he a
about
pretty
12
decent
gigas.
person to game? Like, to me, it's. I'm back to Joe. Foes is the juice worth the squeeze. Was it worth losing cool people to game with or fun people? Like if 86 and OG Bobby were playing with this dude, are they still playing with him now since after he did this?
No.
See, that's the thing. That says a lot about a person who will take their real life time to pretend to be somebody they're not, to get into something for some fake items in a fake world, to really try to do a mindfuck on real people that were just genuine. I mean, that says more about the person. Because at the end of the day, dude's a real person.
But that's how bad those people are getting. Like, I remember being afraid to have certain people in chat because you were afraid they would dig out your IP and DDoS you. That's how paranoid people are getting on that game. It's petty, but people are going that level.
And on a real, on a person-to-person basis, what are they going to do at night?
Yeah, I fucked over real people I had fun playing games with for some fake turrets. I'm a badass.
I don't see how that adds up at the end of the day.
I love that that's how they talk.
That's how it sounds in my head.
I got me a glass of milk and I fucked someone over. I'm amazing.
You know what I mean? Honey, keep telling yourself that shit in the mirror every night while you're alone being a dickwad. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but honestly, the way they see it is they just see it as they brought down a decent-sized tribe. I mean, it was shafted,
because if the leader is MIA and not in, how decent of a sized tribe can you be?
Well, no one's on all the time, are they?
See? Yeah. On a decent-sized tribe, you would have multiple people on. So you're really not doing anything if you're getting a tribe where not a lot of people are on all the time.
I'm not gonna lie. If you got a couple squids and a bunch of gigas, that's decent.
Yeah, you got 40 Rexes and 12 Wyverns and
and on a
6
bad
Quetzes and
wildcard
stuff.
day, all that stuff's just gone anyways. Unofficial. Oops.
True.
Oopsie. Put in a tick. Yeah. Well, I think at the end of the day too is 86 is a real good guy. OG Bobby's real awesome person. You're a real awesome person. And at the end of the day, that's what we always look at when we play. When we play, we're like, you know what? We don't care if our shit gets stolen because you can't take the awesome people away from us that we play with. And you can't take the memories and the fun and the badass adventures and the amazing things that have happened in game. You can't take that shit from us. So have our 40 fucking fake ass Rexes. Go do that. Okay, man, because you're so amazing. But you can't take what we got because what we got is real and what you got is bullshit.
It's okay. We're still playing.
You know what, though? When it's all said and done, for the people who love PvP, it's this sort of stuff that keeps the game interesting.
From his side, that story is probably just as entertaining as any of the stories that we have about stuff that we've done.
Not really.
Because
it does gives you a different feeling inside. Because I speak from a person who has a moral compass. That person speaks for someone who does not have a moral compass. Because we do live in a world of good and bad, a yin and a yang. I speak from our adventures are not, how did we fuck somebody over? We can literally look back and have a genuine, fun, we laugh. When you look back and you laugh at doing something bad to somebody, I'm sorry, my moral compass goes beep, 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 asshole. You know what I mean? And not a good asshole, the bad, dirty kind that hasn't been wiped in a couple weeks.
But you have to remember that this is PvP. it's PvP. People are on there to attack and to take out other people's stuff. So this is part of that game.
I love PvP.
Because
I'm not saying that, but
how is it that much? Because how is it that much different than having a raid and going through and taking all the stuff through a raid? It's doing player versus player combat. It's just the combat here was psychological. And it was manipulative.
I'm not negating that. I never said that you should do that. I'm saying I'm judging you on your character as a human being. That's where I'm coming from. Play the game how you want, but at the end of the day, it has consequences. You know what I mean? You got to sleep with yourself at night. Some people value, some people don't. Some people like the world, some people want to watch it burn. I'm not saying anything about that. You watch it burn, roast your marshmallows. I like it. That's all I'm saying. I'm just giving my 2 cents on the overall spectrum. Get your PvP on, great, but I can still give you the side eye, just like you can give me the side eye. I'm not going to be PC about it and try to fluff up somebody's feelings, and I wouldn't expect for them to do the same for me. That's my 2 cents.
The problem I've got is no one seems to PvP anymore.
It's lazy.
All the big tribes, they first look, if we can undermap them.
Yeah, that's just.
Or if we can inside them.
It's lazy mofos.
I was told about the 2 big tribes that were fighting each other, mega tribes, mega alliances, whatever. Was Supremacy and Faction. The Faction was basically everyone else that wasn't in Supremacy. And they outnumbered Supremacy 2-1.
Let me tell you something. That's one of the main reasons why I stopped PvPing.
Yeah.
Was because of all that type of bullshit. It's like when I first got this
it's
game,
shocking.
And like people were telling me about this game because I actually held off on it for a little bit. My friends were like, "Gotta get in." Like the things they would tell me, this is what I was picturing. I was picturing giant base on base battles,
right?
People on dinos trying to break open walls, and you just dinos back and forth. But it's so not like that. Like that's what I was envisioning when people were telling me about it.
It used to be like that.
It was not to like I was picturing like massive battles, like 20 on 20, 30 on 30, just dinosaurs all over the place. People just really cool stuff like that. Now but it was never really like that. It was mostly really like, you have a Bronto with a bunch of turrets. You have all these flying things and like, with all these turrets on the Quetzal and you would fly in and you would just kill everything and it was, but even that was more interesting than what PvP has turned into now. Because just like you're saying, everybody's just looking more of a way to just game the system rather than just playing the game for what it's supposed to be. Everybody just wants to game it now. And that's why I stopped, because it turned from a cool, like, you're a dude in a dinosaur land. Let's fight with dinosaurs and like raid bases to like, how can we undermap this person? Or like, how can we game the system to like not play the game? So it's like, why are you even here? Why are you even here playing? Why are you even playing if you don't want to play the game? I don't get it. I just don't get why you're in the game if you don't want to play it. You know what I'm saying?
So
like,
at one point, they took away turrets from dinos, and when that happened,
they took away turrets from the flying Quetzals, right?
I believe they took
and the Brontos.
Oh, and Brontos too.
Yeah, and PvP used to be like you were just describing, and then once the duping hit, like on Xbox, it hit hard. It completely ruined PvP for Xbox.
But the thing about the duping on Legacy was people would dupe these massive armies, and then they would fight these massive armies.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to fight them now because they're so hard to replace. Yeah. So it's much easier to kill your stuff with very limited, make some C4, get underneath the map and blow up the base without risking any of my teams.
Yeah. And back when they had the fights, like you were saying,
actually,
like 30
it's not
on
hard
30
to replace
people.
These dinos if you play the damn game. Like,
no, it takes a lot of time to read those things.
Let me finish.
14 days for a giga.
Let me finish. When I was playing in like a large tribe, and we were the alphas and things like on that, we had everybody doing everything. Like we had people that what they did all day was raise and breed dinos. We had refrigerators filled with eggs ready to pop. We had it wasn't that bad. And if you played the game, if you just sat there and played the game instead of trying to find hundreds of ways to not play the game, you would have fun, breeding dinos, having eggs, refrigerators filled with eggs. So if you did lose dinos, you could replace them. Have people that knew how to tame stuff efficiently and quickly and would go out there and tame like 5 to 10 things because they knew how to knock something down, throw some meat in here, bounce over here, bounce over there, fence this off, fence that off. And it was an efficient tribe because that's what you were supposed to be, a tribe that worked together. And this game has so much cool stuff to do, and that's why people got into this game. But then you have all these people that come and want to ruin it. So it's like, and it's just, you could do it. Like you might lose dinos, but you're supposed to lose dinos. Like that's why, because like dinos are supposed to be expendable in this game. Everyone gets so attached to their dinos that.
I have to agree and disagree with you at the same time, because, it did take a long time to breed all that stuff. Like he was saying, a gig is 14 days. The tribe I was in, we were doing batches of 30 gigas at a time, and we literally had to plan out an attack on a server for like 2 months because we had to build up all the dinos that we needed. But
that's the game.
Overall,
that's playing the game, though. You're supposed to do that. It's not exactly. You're supposed to do that. That's the game. Not let's go under the map and blow shit up. Like, that's not even the freaking game anymore. That's why I stopped.
The problem you're facing a lot of the times, though, as well, people are turning away from the game, and the numbers are dropping, and tribes don't have the manpower they used to. Like, I know many alpha tribes that struggle
because people are walking away from the game because of these people doing all this stupid gaming shit. So people are walking away from it because it's not the game anymore. That's why so these people doing this is what's causing people to leave in the first place. So you're just going to be stuck with a bunch of people underbasing each other. Have fun with that.
It's no longer Ark, it's underbase.
It's true.
It's so stupid.
They are making an effort to try and fix those glitches, but it's not a big enough effort to fix it.
What they're doing as well is, if they inside you and taking all your stuff, they're then turning around and selling your stuff on the Facebook forums. Like, I had an Easter Reaper on our Aberration server that was just taken away before I even put a level into it. Now, I know these things are going for $40, I think it is. Just a normal unleveled Reaper. And the Easter ones go for a lot more with the colours. Now, I don't sell them because I raised that thing for me. I might have cloned it, give a few people the colours I had. But they were putting them on sale for $25 because they cost them nothing.
Okay, so that's the gas in their asshole car, is money. They're like, the more we can steal from other people, then we can sell it to people who want to buy it on Facebook.
Yeah, if you're inside a tribe that's bigger than you, and there's multiple servers, like, you can't keep that stuff for long. So, I'll sell it, make some money.
So, like, when you guys were when you guys were incited, do you think the, jackwagon, was his reason? Or does he just like to eat cat food in his mama's robe and then just think about inciting?
No, we check the forums. Like, everyone checks the forums daily, see what's been posted, and all that stuff from the Aberration server has all been posted, but not the stuff from our island.
Oh, okay. So it's just somebody getting their jollies off because their hand got sore. That's all that is.
And basically, if they reinforce their base with it and their base gets wiped, they're not really that bothered because they didn't have to grind for all that stuff.
Right. They don't care, when people do that stuff. It's funny because in Pixark, you really get undermapped because they just dig under your base.
Literally.
Yeah, but they can't, like... At least you're building floats, which is cool.
Right.
So funny.
Yeah. It's tragic to see the state of PvP in Ark, but, and because the fact that they haven't put forth that effort to fix the glitches to get under the map, it's pretty much what killed PvP for that game.
I just like some kind of amnesty to put in turrets underneath your base until they do get it sorted. That's all I want.
Which is
just we're not going to do anything about it if you've got a defensive turret underneath your base.
Yeah, and it doesn't.
If it's underneath someone else's base, then I understand.
Well, actually, no. I can see why they wouldn't do that, because then you have a turret shooting up from under the map at people, and they can't do anything about it except for drain it.
Yeah, but then you've got people with shotguns shooting at you from below the ground, which you can't do anything about in your own base.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I can see why that's kind of a slippery slope.
There's really no good programmatic way that they can do it. short of what they I think they're trying to fix the things, but they're it's every time they fix something, people are going to find more places to exploit because it's the rule of coding. For every one bug you fix, you incorporate 3 more in there. It's basic rules of programming. Stuff is just going to go shitty, and that's why they put out this code of conduct, because programmatically there's only so much they can do. I mean even the best developers in the world aren't going to fix everything. And so they just have to hope that the people aren't going to be shitty. And unfortunately, people are being shitty because that's PvP. I mean, if you're sitting there and it makes people feel good to get something over on some other person.
It makes some people feel good, not all people.
Correct. It makes some people, but there's enough of those people out there that they're going to make the game shitty for people.
It takes one turd in a punch bowl to make it taste like shit.
That's exactly.
I've never heard that analogy, but that's
I just
fantastic.
pulled it out of my ass. Sounded good, didn't it?
That was good.
Yeah, I hear ya.
Yeah, I feel your pain, Doc. I've been undermapped on Alpha Hill on Ragnarok, and then we moved to, I believe, Center, and we got undermapped on the Pancake by Green Ops, so it's tough. It sucks. And it made it really difficult to stay on Xbox, so and that's why I went to PC and played with the mods.
I've gone to the motherland and I'm just now doing what Thames does it.
And
There you go.
And one day I will have an underwater tech base and I'll live on my own.
And I mean, I'm still going to stand up by my statement, but while undermapping is definitely shitty, I personally respect that espionage effort that the guy did, because that took a lot of thought and creative playing of the game and anticipation of people.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm less
upset to somebody, but
I'm upset about it, but I'm not. It's
Yeah, I
within the
think
rules
there's
of the
a
game with
difference,
that,
yeah.
with the
There definitely
undermapping,
is. Right.
and with what happened with that other base where the owner's account was literally hacked and ownership given to someone else.
Right.
That
That's
I'm not okay
good.
with.
Yeah, and I think that's the difference. Some people have a hard time realizing, there's a difference of having an opinion about something and then having it done to you and being upset. So it's not so easy, when you put in that time and you put in all that work and stuff like that, and then you get shafted, however which way you chose, or that was chosen to shaft you. It's hard not to be a little bit what the hell? I mean, everybody has a right to be salty in that point.
I wouldn't say that it's awesome. It's just it's a legit strategy.
Yeah, it is a legit strategy, and so I will say
But doesn't
that
mean
it is
it's
a
not
legit
shitty.
strategy. I look at the player behind the game. That's where my concern is, because that's where that person's out walking in the real world, smiling to the next person, and I think that takes a lot. I think how we play the game does speak to ourselves. That's my personal opinion. I feel like sometimes how we play the game is kind of how we're playing life. In my opinion, I feel like there is a correlation.
So then, in a PvP aspect, you're saying that person is more shiesty than someone who is going to go out and murder people in the game.
Well, I think.
I mean, how is that really that much different?
I think it's all
in
about
a gameplay perspective.
It's circumstantial. I find that it's all circumstantial, and it's how you do it. It's how it's done.
I will put it this way. By that dude's actions, he's now been labeled as an insider, and eventually that will backfire on him. People will lose trust on
honor
him.
among thieves thing. Yeah, that's a very good point.
And I can even throw down an example. I was in a tribe that we actually did not recruit a guy because we knew that he'd incited an enemy tribe, and we viewed it as he could turn on us, so we don't really want that. And it did keep him from getting in.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm sure he probably got into tribes because that type of person will get into other tribes because he was able to successfully infiltrate.
But that also knocks towards those tribes' reputation.
It's just like any spy in the real world.
Yeah.
There's a reason that James Bond was working for MI6 because he was a damn good spy.
Right.
And it's the same type of thing. I mean, someone who can gather trust and assume identities and do all this stuff.
Yeah, I don't negate that. That's what my opinion is entirely based on the real person. The person in the game, that was pretty, like, I can clap, whatever. But on the outside, that's what I'm talking about. I guess I'm just making that line of demarcation because I look past the player. Like, I look at the person playing. Because we live in a world right now where everybody hides behind their screens and it brings out the worst in people. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, I'm just thinking, like, he went really out of his way to play, like, other games with the people that he fucked over. Like, that says more than just, that's more than just playing one video game and going in and inciting. Like, he took it out of the game and into other games to build a platform of friendship to then, you know what I mean? Like, that, you can't negate the fact that that says a little bit more than just a basic inside job. It's different.
Obviously, I don't know this person. This guy might be a real counterintelligence agent out there and is just practicing his tradecraft.
Yeah, I don't know if he made friends with Bobby for that purpose, but he'd been friends with Bobby since Legacy. So
yeah, that's what I'm just saying.
I think it was more of an opportunistic.
Yeah, an opportunistic thing.
You seen Bobby was playing Ark and asked to join us.
Bet you there's a market. An insider could sell a whole tribe to somebody. Like, listen, I'm about to take down this big tribe. Do you want in?
But it's easy as hell to lose your online identity and stuff like this. It's like
make a new character, you make a new Steam account, you buy a new Ark game.
Yeah, I mean,
making a new character doesn't really work because that stuff actually shows up.
Then you make a new Steam account and you buy Ark again because you just sold that tribe for $300. You buy Ark again for $40, and there you go.
Well, there are people out there that does that. Well, no, he's right. Like you'd have to actually get a new Xbox account and buy Ark again and all that stuff. And people do it. A lot of people do it.
You don't even have to buy Ark again to make a second account.
All you need to do, you just have your Xbox, your home Xbox, and any account playing on that Xbox can play.
That's true.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah. We did skip. Did you have another? Because we forgot to. When you came back, we were doing tips, and I totally forgot you had a tip that you could have shared with us.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah, here we go. All right. Give us your alpha tip.
Okay, so at the moment I am loving batteries, which seems a bit strange, but okay, so batteries are learnt and charged only on aberration. You charge them on the power stations. They're the glowing green things, you see. They can be used in all electrical devices instead of the generator. They drain quite fast. A great use we found for them at the moment in PvP is when you're having a battle, say a pick battle with, variety of flyers. You have someone land in the trees, put down a turret, heavy turret preferably, put a battery in with a couple hundred rounds set to player only and turn it on. It has, a 30-second cooldown time on it. But as soon as it turns it on, it'll shoot all the players off the mounts and then leave you for the cleaning up. And then you can move that fight closer to their base or further away from yours. You can use them on keypads, ACs and fridges, which might be useful when you don't want to, build a generator, make some foundations and get some gas. If you're taming something. And that's basically all about.
Yeah, that's also like 4 or 5 less spots that you have to take on a saddle. If you build it on like a platform or something, that's like 5 or 6 less spots.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because you need the wire, you need the outlet, the generator, So that is less spots, so you fit more stuff on that platform or whatever too.
Yeah, it's just a shame you've got to go to aberration to charge them up.
That is something that I probably haven't even had to think about yet, but that is a really great alpha tip.
Yeah, at the moment though, in PvP, people literally they're hiding in corners and getting fights to happen near the turrets while they're turning on, and then they're making a big counter push against them when all the riders are killed.
Oh goodness, crazy! All right. So, let's get some Would You Rather. Here we go.
Are you calling Chuck Norris a liar?
Would you rather?
Oh, it's Dinger.
Oh, wow.
Would you rather?
Tell me what? Oh my god.
Oh my god, that would be so weird.
No, let's not go there.
Why did I ask this?
Oh my goodness, no.
Would you rather?
Bing!
Bing.
All right. So I dug up a Would You Rather because it's always fun, and it's been a while since we've done our Would You Rathers on Rated Ark because we do them on our Cross the Realm podcast. But I just thought I could totally picture Foe doing something like this. Would you rather begin every sentence with, "Hey, idiot," or end every sentence with, "Ha ha ha, I was just kidding"? Could you imagine? Like, so I know, right? "Hey, idiot." Like, you know, it might be fun to say, "Hey, idiot."
And then, like, if you have to, like, tell somebody something serious, you're like, "Listen, you gotta take this kid to the doctor." Just kidding.
Just kidding. Yeah, like you had to. It's every sentence that you say had to have one of those. And which one you guys wanted to be? Let's start from the top, Mr. Cricket. Do you know which one you would pick?
I think it would be the ha ha ha, just kidding. Especially, I'm sarcastic enough in general that people only take half of what I say seriously to begin with. And I would be, easily be able to word things. Well, I don't know if easily, but I'd be able to word a lot of things in a way that, ending it with "ha ha, just kidding" would be fine. Whereas the "hey idiot," the person immediately is not going to want to listen to what you're saying at all. If that's how you start things out. I mean, when it's just like the,
Hey, idiot.
it's just like the thing if you start out as saying with "I'm not racist," but then people, the people are immediately going to take it a certain way no matter what you say.
Right.
Or no offense, but can I tell you that, they're gonna immediately, be on the defensive and get ready to get offended. It's gonna be the same thing with the "hey idiot."
Man, how many times have I used that line in the past month or so?
"Hey, idiot."
I'm not trying to be offensive, but you dumb.
Yes. So you're going to go with "ha ha ha, just kidding."
Correct.
Mr. Cricket. Oh, right. Can you use it? Like, how would you use it? Would your wife find it amusing if you did that? Be like, "Hey, honey, I love you in that dress you're wearing. Ha ha ha, just kidding."
Well, I mean, it's one of those things, too, like anybody that you interact with on a normal basis is going to learn that you're ending every sentence like that. And so...
just think it's a weird tick.
Yeah.
And be that annoying valley girl.
And they're going to ignore... that at the end most times anyway. And like I said, that's also not as, in my opinion, not as offensive as the thing of saying, "Hey, idiot."
Can you? Okay. How about you, Mr. Foe?
I'm in the same boat. I'll be like, the "ha ha ha, just kidding." Because I can't be at work and like everyone, I'm like, "Hey, idiot." Now, the "ha ha, just kidding" would cause a lot of confusion, but at least it's not offensive.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to really order food anywhere. Be like, "Ha ha," or "Hey, idiot, I'd like a double cheeseburger."
I would phone it in and then hang up right before I said the "ha ha, idiot."
I was about to say, it'd be even worse if you're like, "I'd like some chow mein." Haha, just kidding.
Exactly. I guess, it would really affect how you interacted with the public. That would suck. "Hey, idiot," or you're on like a first date with someone. "Hey, idiot." Yeah, it would be kind of weird. How about you, Goon? What's your choice?
No one ever believes anything I say anyway, so it'd be ha ha.
Haha, just kidding.
Yeah, I'm not one for being serious on anything.
Right, so you're just thinking that would just blend in. They wouldn't even notice the difference.
Nope, not at all.
How about you, Baloo? What was your choice? You did the haha, right? Or no?
Well, see, I'm torn. I really would hate to run around telling everybody they're an idiot. But at the same time, like going back to that first date thing, be like, "Oh, you look great." Haha, just kidding. So
everything.
Yeah, "hey idiot's" much better.
Yeah, right? "Hey idiot, you look good." I think I'd have to go with the "just kidding." I mean, it's still a tough one, but it's still the better of the two, I think.
It'd be easier to slide in, "Hey idiot, yeah, that dress looks great." Other than, "Yeah, that dress looks great. Haha, just kidding." Like, I think it'd be easier to hide a "hey idiot" than "haha, I was just kidding."
Like, you could totally whisper that under your breath. Just make sure you're far enough away.
Like, "Hey idiot, the dinner's ready."
Well, I mean, sometimes I say that anyway, but...
Exactly. Yes. Oh, how about you, Doc? What's your choice?
Hey, some sex.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I think I'm going to be the non-conformist in the room. I'm going to be the guy on the side, like calling everyone hey idiot.
I think
It's that toxic PvP arc. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean,
I like hey idiot too. I think I could.
I work in a factory. There's no customers. I can call everyone idiot.
That's fair.
Like, that'd be tame in my place.
But so now I guess the follow up is: would you rather be if you're with a significant other? Would you rather be the one that is saying "Hey, idiot" all the time, and they're saying "Ha, just kidding," or the other way around? One of you has to say one of you has to say the other.
Yeah, definitely be the just kidding in that scenario. Like,
I would rather.
I get my ass kicked for that.
All the time. Go up to someone and give them a high five and confuse the hell out of them. Hey, idiot! And like act all excited to see them. Like, you know, that's the thing. Like, you could totally do that.
Oh, you could put on an accent and have that as a catchphrase.
With every interaction to do that would be just horrible.
Idiot! To me, it always sounds like you're haha, just kidding. Like you're, I don't know.
Well, when you say it in that tone, yeah.
That's how it comes to my head.
But if you're going to say that you have to say it in that tone every time, that means you have to say, "Hey, idiot," in the same tone every time. So you can't say like, "Hey, idiot." You have to say, "Hey, idiot." "Hey, fuckbag."
You're going to be like the Siri of "Hey, idiot." You're like, I need the appropriate tone to use "Hey, idiot." Please, Siri, show me the appropriate tone to approach weddings and say "Hey, idiot." Hey, idiot.
Give me the coordinates for.
Yeah, it definitely would have to be like the tone and how you're saying it. Yeah, that's
just kidding.
Just kidding. Oh, just kidding.
Imagine being a vet though or something. You've got to tell little kids the dog's dying. Haha, just kidding.
Yes, exactly. And then it freaking dies, and then you get sued for lying. They're like,
instead you'd be like, "Hey, idiot, your dog's dying. Man up."
Hey, idiot, you cut off the wrong leg.
All right. Well, I think.
Hey, idiots, open up to page 124. We're going to study the American Revolution.
Exactly. Hey,
just
idiots,
kidding.
We're moving on to last
Hey, idiots, here's the homework.
Yeah. Yes. Idiots, we're moving on to last call. Here we go.
It's closing time. Pack up all those dinos and head out into the real world.
Unless you get undermapped by turds.
It's closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can stay here. I don't want to have to log right now. I don't want you to have to log right now. But it's closing time. The rated R is ready to pull the plug.
You guys have any last calls?
Yeah, I've got one.
Oh, right.
If anyone does want to play on Xbox Ark, Emma Tay's PvE server, go there. It's much less toxic.
Yes.
Just kidding.
Haha, just kidding. Yeah, that's so true. I'm glad you mentioned that because I did not realize that Emma Tai had put it up on our forums, and I'm putting together a State of the Realm newsletter to shoot out to all of our members, and I noticed that. So she does have her own channel in our Discord now with all the connection info for Xbox players. So if you're an Xbox player and you're looking to kind of maybe help cultivate a little community over there, she's playing with her family and friends, and she opened it up to CRR members. So
just kidding.
Shut your face, idiot. No. It does sound bad, doesn't it? I guess it is better to say, just kidding. Just call everybody an idiot all the time. I might hop shit, because because I feel bad now every time I call you an idiot. I guess I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna do I feel bad every time I call you an idiot. Haha, just kidding. Just kidding. Yeah, that's great. Thank you for sharing that, Mr. Doc. All the info is in her forums if you're already a CRR member, and also it's pinned in her Discord channel. So there's that. And also we are kicking up our free-to-play Saturdays. We're going to be alternating them with Foes D&D nights. So on Saturday, you can, right now there's already a campaign started, so you can listen to the current campaign in our Discord, and you can maybe pay Foe under the table if you want a character and he's willing to do that for you. I don't know. But we're in a campaign and I got to do my first one, so I'm looking forward to my second night with the crew. That was fun. So there is a calendar and I will link it in the show notes. So tomorrow night we're going to be rocking out World of Warships with our CRR member Javelin, and then our next week we're going to be doing the game that Fo covered on our Cross Realm podcast called
Brink.
So then it hops to, so that is, Brink is going to be May 5th, and on May 12th it's D&D, May 19th it's Paladins, free to play, Saturday, and then on May 26th it's D&D, and then June 2nd it is Warframe. So we're going to be putting out all that stuff. We're going to be putting out 3 days a week. So good stuff. So if you want to know where that is, I'll put the link to the calendar in the show notes so you can sign up and have fun. Haha, just kidding, idiots. All right. Oh, we're bad.
Hey, idiots. Later.
Bad people. Bye. I'm going to hit the...
Good night. Good night, idiots.
Hey, idiots, night.
Such an idiot.
Hey, this is
just
the perfect
kidding.
thing.
Fuck you.
Fuck your feelings.
Hey everybody, so we've been trying to record some of our shenanigans in game, and I've been recording them and throwing them up on my YouTube channel, so you can find me on YouTube at Esmeralda Sky if you want to see the video to the sounds that you're about to hear. So I'm just tossing it in to share some of the fun that we have. This is Fo and I and Big Blue. We set out on the RP server to our first night little adventure to go try to find some species X plants that we never could find. But, Mr. Cricket stayed back at the base and did more productive things. But, here's our shenanigans. Enjoy!
Very, very got those.
Winding Dragon Ranch.
No, it's Winding Dargo.
Yeah, that's funny. I wonder if...
Oh, shit. Alright, let's go.
I told you it was unlocked.
Oh shit, freaking raptors up ahead.
Oh, there's a... No, that's... Oh yeah, there's a raptor up on the hill. To your right, it's coming at you.
So it's about another hour before this stego's tamed.
I wasn't hitting you, was I?
I don't know.
Did I shoot you with an arrow? I was shooting.
They tackle you now, these fucking things?
Yes, they do! And they will knock you off your mount.
Yeah, that was the Dino DLC.
TLC.
Yeah, that was on one
TLC.
Let's listen to our own show.
Yeah, no kidding. I don't think he was here for that one. I think that's the one he wasn't here for.
Maybe
Don't take that egg. Do not take that egg.
Do not take that egg! You know, it was calling to him too, didn't you? It sits there so pristine with little glowing light down. Oh, take me!
Oh, shit.
You know, because they kind of have this thing done in, like, shelves. Like, it's little layers. And I
totally almost ran off the edge.
I think you did, too. It's like he was zipping by me.
Where'd you guys go?
We're just walking along the cliff here, because normally you can see them from... Oh, shit. Did you live?
Did I fall through the mat? Can you see me right now?
Dude, I just fell down, too. Wow.
This is the shit that I've been talking about. Like, I keep falling into the map.
There's a yellow thing here. Oh, it's a wild dog.
What? You just choked on something.
I was...
Oh, there's a wild bill.
There's a wild bull? Wait, come here. Let's go to this waterfall real quick and fill up our water.
Oh, there's actually a base right here.
Oh.
I'm gonna put my weapon away and go see who it is.
Might as well. Let's go. Let's go, adventurers.
Dargon Ranch.
Oh, it's
I was going to introduce myself and then you as my 2 children.
Oh, this is actually pretty cool.
We like shine your shoes. We keep your armor polished.
Like once you get to the backside of it,
he is
like a tree platform.
He is kind of like our grouchy leader.
I like this. This is neat over here. This guy's neat.
Yeah, it is cool. He's
this is what I like about going on servers like this. Is like you get to see like
you
a lot
can appreciate. Yes, like you get to see people who actually want to make their bases look nice.
Oh, look, another egg, guys.
Goodness.
Well, we're not near you, so.
I'm right next to you.
Oh, get out of here.
Oh gosh, is that a Trudon down there?
Where?
Down right in front of us. Down. On the other side of that tree. Let me see if I can shoot. It's right in front of you.
Like, I heard your arrow go by, but I didn't see a Trudon or anything.
How can you not see that? It's like right there.
I'm not seeing. Oh, yeah, I see a little fucker in the bushes. It's too dark. I don't have my gamma up.
Oh, gamma! I see light. Like, it seems like there's light and everything.
I think it might be a compy.
I feel like that's a Trudon.
Just go over.
Ah!
I told you it was a Trudon! That is so funny.
Eat a dick, but I'm gonna
That was so funny.
I have never heard you, Scott, you scream before.
Why are you sleeping? Now is not the time to take a nap.
Why are you sleeping?
Eyes were glowing.
Oh, yeah, that's right. No, never leave a man behind. Never leave a man behind.
Oh, that was terrible. I should have known.
Oh, God, that is so... You're like, I don't see it. I'm like, how do you not see it? It's like right there. You're like, I don't see it.
Oh, you got another one coming
Level
at you, too.
200
Level 110.
Oh, I got 2 of them, man.
I would hit him, but I'd totally end up stabbing you.
Whew.
Any of you guys got some meat?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like cooked meat?
Yep. We totally need to play like a creepy... Like, we need to... Should we only talk at like high-pitched voices, Blue? Because we're so little. Yes, we have...
You still need meat throwdown, right?
Yes, we have
Are you gonna throw it down, or are you just gonna like say yes and then not give me any?
Oh, I was just throwing it down.
It's behind you.
I expected...
Over here.
Where? Oh, there it is.
Oh, the big man can't find the meat.
I can't even do it. Like I go to pucker my lips to do it, and it just I can't.
Try it. Try it. Hey.
I keep laughing before I get to it. Son of a bitch!
Hey! Hey, little weed person! How are you?
Hey!
So
Hey! You guys are so cute! Look at you two!
Can't even emote a kick. What the hell?
Look at these two!
Hey there!
Call me a birdie one more time.
Did you find your meat?
Hello! Look at you two!
I don't like you patronizing me this way.
Wait.
I feel like...
Okay, now I can be... hi!
Yeah, get down to my level.
Hey, let's play a game of cards,
awesome.
guys. Let's play a game of cards.
Let's find these these X
for the
so I can go to bed.
I'm gonna play the game. Would you still be my friend if I walked like this everywhere?
And there's just arrow down the hill.
That's creepy as hell. You're creeping up on me like a creeper.
Would you still be my friend? Oh my god, this could totally work. Like, it's like a Blue and I. We were like these twin people. Like, we're brother
That's how
and
the
sister.
goblins walk. The goblins are like that. If you're a goblin, you have to walk like that.
Too bad I can't paint myself.
God,
I could paint myself green.
This is so silly. Hey, let's go find those pictures. Oh.
Kind of.
Oh, I see a Therizinosaurus. I think I found my voice. I'm gonna talk like this now forever.
That's great. Let's get some Plant Species X.
Let's get some Plant Species X.
Okay, that's just creepy as shit. That's like
Hey now, I'm gonna talk like this. What you talking about?
Sit down, son.
Hey now, let's go get this over here.
Yes, do that voice. That's the voice you need to do, Blue. I can't hear anything now.
What are you doing today?
You're so damn loud.
Son of a bitch.
I know. It's
Somebody
so
likes my
offensive.
stream.
I'm so offended.
So where are this damn?
This is gorgeous.
Species X.
But
So basically, we're not gonna find Plant Species X. Like
I don't know where. I think that base was in the way, and it distorted my memory of where I found it.
So we can just head down to the beach and make our way back along the water, probably.
Oh, you think that's a good idea, do you? I don't think so.
I think it's a great idea.
No, she's.
Hey now, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
I don't got no time for you coming over here telling me that's not a good idea.
I don't know why. I can't wait till you get a new sleeve, though. I can't wait until you get a new sleeve. What is this teeny? Oh no, not that creepy tongue yodeling video.
I can't even do it.
What was that?
I just hurt my throat doing that.
Strep throat.
That's what she said. They made it translucent on both sides.
So you just
What
run
is
into
that?
glass
Like a
wall
dead
like that.
inky in there? Was it being eaten by piranhas?
Is that an inky?
I don't
that's
know.
too good.
Go see.
Go check it out.
Oh my god, I just laughed so hard I don't think I got enough oxygen and I got lightheaded. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's
I'm hiding in its body. Burner. Burner.
Be careful in there, Big Blue.
I feel like fucking Luminant on his turtles.
It's his, whoa.
No, it just rolls. It doesn't actually do it.
Look at it spazzing out. It's like, that is such a great
Like
idea.
carrying a
Whoa!
body.
Is it floating off in the air for
Where'd it
anyone
go?
else?
Yeah, it's like floating.
It's floating in the air.
And its tail is bugging out.
What the hell is that? Oh my goodness.
It's because I hit the wall.
That's so weird.
It's like a balloon. A balloon.
You can reach the show by email at ratedark@gmail.com. You can tweet the show at ratedark on Twitter. You can grab our RSS feed, get our show notes, and apply to join us in-game at ratedark.podbean.com. Oh no, you didn't.
Oh no, you did.